I just hear your booming voice. I don't like that. Isn't there like a mixer knob that you could just like scoop up? Miles, get off your phone, man.
Don't ever say that to me. First of all, I've never been.
You're always the one, like, everybody's on their phone, and then I see you.
It's black screen right now, dog. That's true. What do you guys are on the phone when it's showtime.
Look, man.
You literally just told me to get off your phone and then flicked your phone on.
Yeah, because I'm using it as a mirror right now. Okay?
That's disgusting.
You know what's disgusting? Him turning on that screen and us looking haggard.
You know what? I've got my level 1 chain on, and I've committed to it.
That's a level zip chain, dude. What? Okay. Thanks, man. How's Tinder been lately, Anthony, now that they can't hear you? Good? Good? Really? Conservative girls, that's a bit weird.
Just play the whole conversation out yourself.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Damn, Daniel.
Yeah. Deep red Alabama, huh? I mean, to each his own, I guess. I'm not here to yuck your yums.
Yuck my life into pieces.
Hey, man. I'm gonna be real while we're black screen for a second.
Because God knows. This is the only place anymore.
No, I just wanted to say I appreciate you working so hard. You're not even saying thank you for that. I'm being serious. I'll tell you outside of camera too.
All right.
Don't do that. Wait.
Go in a video.
Are you gonna meet us? Wait, how are you? So you're gonna meet us?
Hey,
Is
stop
it muted?
fretting.
Are we
Stop fretting.
muted?
Stop fretting.
Wait, so you're gonna meet us when the video goes?
Demons come from every side. In the darkness is the light. Out of the shadows of my life. In the darkness is the light. In the darkness is the light. Surrender will win the fight. This girl's walked on fire and ice, but I come out on the other side of
What? I pray they did it.
They saw all of that.
You're not even coming over, man. Come on, man.
Hey, relax.
Did you just say fuck me? What? Oh.
He's
I
like,
thought
well,
you just
fuck you too,
insulted.
man.
Yeah, I was just like, Jesus, dude. I just want you.
Okay. Oh my God, we're
Alrighty.
back. We're here. We're alive. We're a human. I'm a human. I'm animated. And I'm coming. I'm a pioneer. No, we went to Pioneer Town last night, me and David, to see Always. And it was like
all the vase.
All of the vase. And it was in Pioneer Town. And we just kept doing that voice like the whole way. I'm a
I
pioneer.
miss David.
I do too. Yeah.
I don't know. I saw him yesterday.
He saw him yesterday. Why didn't you come through?
So did you.
Why didn't you come through? Motherfucker never lied up. Remember?
He had work. It's really far.
Yeah, I live in.
Actually, it was Sunday.
I live in a beach community.
It was
I'm like,
Sunday.
Bumps.
It was the day was Sunday.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Yesterday was definitely Sunday.
Does he actually think yesterday was Sunday? He can't possibly think yesterday was Sunday.
I actually really did.
No, I thought.
because we're on the podcast now and it's Monday.
That's true. That's fair.
Hey, let's be real. we didn't cancel a day. This is Monday. That's when we do the podcast.
That's true. Yeah. I was about to just be like, is this man's? But that's a good point. Miles with the cut today, he looks like someone in the Discord said he looks like the bully from Doug.
Roger.
It's always a bully.
Close.
It's the haircut. But he's looking. It's a beautiful cut. He's got the top button all the way up. The only thing I'm not agreeing with here, maybe you guys can see it, maybe not, is
the gleam.
the chain. Can we talk about this chain?
All right, so the reason that I put the
This
chain
copper
on,
bronze.
I had the chain in my bag. The reason I decided to put it on because I was thinking, I got to get used to wearing them so that when I flex back on Kenji, when I get my chain made that says Don B,
Right.
I'm used to. I have to get the people ready to see this. So this is like the ease in chain.
Yeah, I see.
This isn't the main one. We're just sliding this in as a thing. When someone shows up to school one day and they just got that new shit, and you're like, well, you aren't like this. You don't dress like this. And they're like, what do you mean? I've always dressed like this.
It's because it's like you're calling them out. It's like, what? I guess you notice all the time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like clearly not how they usually rock, right?
Yeah.
And so you're just like, dude, you don't. It's like if Dawson just showed up one day and he was normal, and we'd just be like, what do you mean? What do you mean the gap?
What do you mean normal?
I mean normal clothes.
Is this not normal right now?
No, it's normal for you.
It's very on brand for you. That's the thing. If you're like ascribing
That's
to a
what I'm
brand,
saying. Like,
Yeah.
if Dawson just shows up in the Gap and boat shoes and shorts, I've never seen him wear shorts.
that'd
by the
be
way,
fucked.
No.
up.
I was saying I've
Have
never
you
seen
ever
his
worn-
legs.
Have you ever? When's the last time you wore shorts?
Halloween.
Those were but
I
you had
had leggings
leggings.
on, yeah.
That doesn't.
I
Well,
mean,
we were saying he's like
summer's coming.
Rayman. You
It's-
know, he doesn't have legs.
It's just
Yeah,
a
it's just
floating
floating.
Pants that float.
feet.
Yeah.
That's why he has to wear long pants all the time, so that people don't see that he just has feet.
Or maybe I
and
just
a torso.
Maybe I just got long
Yeah.
legs.
Hey,
and
no,
that's
it
why
really
I'm so
it really
tall.
freaks people out.
Yeah, that's why he has to wear the
Yeah,
pants. And
I
the
see
pants kind
now.
of just float around, you know.
You can kind of just chop it in the pant leg, and you just kind of go through it. It's like,
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Nobody ever.
yeah.
I got yams, dog.
You got yams. You
Yeah.
do have ups. I've
But
heard.
yeah, that's.
Have we talked about his basketball on the
yeah,
podcast?
I think we might have. Yeah.
Apparently, he's a baller. And you
I don't know how with the leg mobility range of this much.
First off, it's aerodynamic.
You're the least baller-looking person, I think, on the
I was-
podcast, just aesthetically alone.
So I got roasted at Thunder like a week ago because we're just like shooting around and stuff and like
On break on
Yeah.
Smoko.
yeah on Smoko. I think it was like before Nimbus or something, and we're just like shooting, and one of the dudes there was like, "Do you play?" or like, "Have you played?" And I was like, "I used to like a little bit." And he's like, "Oh wow, because you do not look like it at all." And I was like-
Wow.
he's just like,
You were like, oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
was
did
like-
actually in high school a little, and he's
Yeah.
like, shouldn't have.
yeah,
He's like, yikes, waste of time.
yeah.
There was a friend of mine who his dad used to go to the park and play basketball with like all the boys, and he was like this like just old school baller, and he would wear the shorts,
The short
and he would
shorts.
do like a 2-hand throw from the 3, just like ugh, and he was draining him, dude. He just looked like a sick
Yeah,
individual.
but that's ugly.
That's
it's
like when
it's super ugly, yeah.
I got the gooseneck, dog.
Yeah, you just look
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
out there.
Very finesse.
it's like when you play golf and there's some old guys in front of you or whatever, and their swing, you're just like, there's no way this works. They're just winding up. They're swinging the club like like horizontally,
like
you know?
Charles Barkley, where he's
know?
like,
Like they're just doing some weird shit with the club, and you're just thinking there's no way that this connects. And they either slice the hell out of it or get it straight down the middle. And they have such a weird wind up, and they're, it's like the club's like overcocked, like right all the way wrapped around or something, like not vertical, or they're just like wrapping it around and then just digging it all the way out. And you're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
isn't golf.
But
And it's 30% of the time it works. And you talk to them about it, and they're just like, I've just always done it this way, and I don't care to learn. Like, it would take me way too long to unlearn and do it properly.
Yeah, right. I thought you were gonna say like every time it's just straight down the green.
No, I mean it's shitty. Golf is one of those games where it's like there's no magic. Like you don't get away with that. It's just like you be good by being good.
Yeah.
It's like if everyone was Armada and Melee, it's just like, oh yeah, now the turner pits my Firefox and there I go.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, just perfect every time.
Do you ever obviously I guess not. Like, do you ever think the yips is like a thing that we'll have to encounter one day? The yips implies that you're sick at something. You know what the yips is, right?
I have
No.
no clue what.
So the yips is like a phenomenon. It's happened to golfers before. It's mostly golfers, but like they will just lose their skill. Like they just something.
It kind of happened to Tiger Woods for a long time.
Tiger Woods he was going through the yips, and it was like, it's just this like phenomenon where you just can't do the thing you used to do. And with golf, it's like a finite thing. Like
Golf
football,
is-
you're just a man and you strong run beef push, right? But golf is like this different idea. Like anyone can play golf. 9-year-old
Golf
man
is
can play
so
it.
physical and mental though, whereas Melee is mostly mental.
So
Melee is like don't choke, and then if you have the mind of somebody who doesn't choke, getting to be a pro in Melee and win majors means that you had the resolve to win those tournaments, and you can dig for that again. Whereas in golf, it's so easy for something with your muscle memory to be slightly off, and you almost forget how to do it right, and then you lose the confidence.
that's fair.
But it's a confidence in an action where it's like there's so many moving parts, and the smallest one fucks it up, and then you've forgotten how to do it right. You know? And you can get into that. It's like a rut you can literally go into where your body doesn't remember how to do it right.
That's fucked up.
You can't do
That's
that
so
with Melee,
spooky.
though, where you just like forget how to wave dash. Your fingers can't physically.
What is it?
It's
Because
such a
like,
it's such
I
a
think it's
small,
'cause-
easy
Yeah,
movement.
you're moving your whole body, and like just the musculature when you do this is fucking walk.
When you were
like,
talking about that, there's actually a skateboarder who like can't like kickflip. He was like pro and he can't do any of it anymore.
he can't even
He
kick.
can't kickflip. It's like the
He just
saddest
lost.
thing.
He got the yips.
Yeah.
Why?
I
What
don't know.
happened?
I think he had some sort of accident or something, and then like after
Oh,
that he
man.
just like he says he knows exactly what he needs to do, but his feet just can't do it anymore.
That's fucked
His
up.
name is Ali.
If he had an accident,
Lulu.
you can kind of be like, it's a neurological, like misfire or something, right?
Like kind of what happened to Roffle. Like he tried to play Melee after his it was an aneurysm.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And he just like I don't know how he's playing now, but I remember playing him at SSS, and it felt like I beat him kind of not bad, but I definitely beat him in a not close set, and I just heard amazing things about how good Roffle used to be, and I could see all these great ideas, and I'd just kick him, and he'd be a second late all the time.
right.
You know, like he was playing the game, but it was just happening a little too slowly for him, and I could see all of these like outplays and things that he was trying to do, but it was just happening always a second late, and so
That's so interesting.
he hadn't disappeared. It's just like he couldn't do it anymore.
and well,
He was.
yeah, with the golf, it's like
I hope he's coming back. By the way, he's tweeting that he's feeling better and better.
that's sick.
He's been
he was
slowly coming back.
he
Like
was-
every once in a while he'll show up.
that man's was on one.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
he rolled through a Jerry's. If wait, no, it was
JJ's.
JJ's, which was Jerry's place, and he just like, oh man, I remember looking. I'm like, this man's
Yeah, there was
strong man's.
There was a Power 9 he went to where he was just like, I think he lost he kind of got upset in winners, and then he was just like relearning the game in losers, and you could see him increasingly get better.
Just each set, he
And then
just
he-
earned a bunch of EXP.
And then he 3-0'd the person who upset him in winners,
Oh my
like just
God.
clean. It was
Yeah.
like nuts.
with golf, it's just like it's just so interesting to me that one day you wake up and it's like doesn't work anymore.
It's because there's so many moving parts. It's like if you've ever got a golf tip from somebody, just about a regular like a drive or anything. Everybody's got that one tip that they claim fixed their game, and you'll hear a different one from everybody.
That's true.
And it's like, oh, you need to like keep your hips like, on the same plane as the club. Like this, everyone's like, oh, keep your shoulders back, or everyone's like got that one thing where they're like, this fixed it for me, and the actual answer is it's like a combination of so many of these things, and you need to be doing them all at least pretty well.
You ever go golfing, Dawson?
Absolutely not. That's a white man's sport.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a very oppressive sport.
Yeah.
I don't-
Golf is actually really cheap in Australia in a lot of places. We just have a lot of space. I think I've talked about this on the cast before. You can get onto a course for like 15 for 18.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cheap.
And in you guys' money, that's like $12, $11.
Yeah, that's insane,
insane.
actually.
Can't go to a tournament for that much.
Yeah, SSS costs more than a day of golf. Literally, and I got
It
nice.
costs more than 18 holes.
I got nice courses near me as well. Like there's this one course called Albert Park Lake that they're considering renovating into like a private course, but they haven't done it, and they've been talking about it. And it's around the F1 track actually that like the Grand Prix races at. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's just all of the holes are around this lake. You get out there on a sunny day. It's beautifully well kept. It's kept like a private course.
You ever
And you can go out there for $20.
you ever just drive one down and then like just crack a joey right in the eyeball?
No, there's no kangaroo. This is like an inner city golf course.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But there are kangaroos. The outer suburbs golf courses, they're not kept like this one. Like this is like all of the holes are beautiful. Those ones are like lined by trees and rough and.
It's funny because you said inner city, but inner city here means like.
It
run
means
down.
there's not much grass.
Yeah.
you'll see the inner city when you come to like this. I'm talking. This course is 15 minutes from the BAM venue.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of parklands inside our city.
Have you gone to Compton?
No,
You want to take a trip?
not really.
It's right by Nimbus,
Yeah.
Yeah.
down the street.
It's like down the street. I don't know.
Northside Long Beach.
You can see in the what is the video, the Kendrick video with the cars.
I heard Compton was mostly
Compton.
overhyped now, and like other suburbs go way harder, like Inglewood and shit.
Yeah, I think that's kind of
like it goes way harder, like in playing what?
I'm playing the like way rougher, and Compton's actually kind of chill now.
No, Compton's not so bad. I think it was way worse in the 90s. It's mostly just like industrial now.
Everything was worse in the 90s though.
Yeah.
In LA.
Because everyone was banging.
Yeah. We all played San Andreas.
I wonder why.
Sue.
YG's got a new song called Suwu. I haven't listened to it yet.
Well, he is from Bompton.
I love YG.
So, I mean, should we talk about it, the old SSS? We talked about this beforehand. We was like, we don't want to be like pundits in which we're just like, you know, I'm a human. like
literal Alex Jones.
But because I guess there's nothing to really
we've all
unpack
checked the
there.
documents.
Yeah, there's
The documents are all there on SoCal Melee.
basically, my question is, who poured nacho cheese on that controller that he's raffling off?
It just looks like a weird yellow.
It's a Team Oxy controller, but it looks like someone.
Why
just,
would you want a
Oops!
Team Oxy
You
controller?
can't really tell that it's a Phoenix
Damn,
either.
dude. You win the controller and you're like, fuck, it's retarded. Like that picture, you know, with the dog, he's like, says a bad opinion.
Yeah, and it's just it shouts the Team Oxy symbol.
Yeah. What I don't get as well is like, I was talking to Dawson about this in the car. If SSS is a regional tournament is something that people go to practice at, right? You go to a major to meet top players and meet all your favorite players, and you expect to go O2 as that guy, and you just want to play.
That's your experience.
You just want to play Mango, and you want to shake Westball's hand and sing the circus music at him, or whatever you want to do, and that is okay at a major. That's why people go, and that's why top players need to be at a major. So majors need to cater to top players, right?
Yes.
Because it's a trickle-down system. A regional or a local like SSS is about the mid-tier players getting the bang for their buck that we can't get at NIMBY. You know, like why? Even guys on the PR, it's like well, I'm not on the PR. What I mean is like people who are like trying to play good matches against someone just above them. In that environment that's so catered to top players, we'd almost rather they not be there. Like, I don't give a shit if Lucky's there. And nobody's going to watch that grand final either.
Right, yeah. Like
everybody leaves.
the national yeah.
And so when you hear about all of these things, like a pot bonus, players being potentially paid under the table to attend, I don't know how real that is.
It's real.
I
get confirmation.
mean,
it's real.
I've heard, I've got
Documents.
confirmation that has happened with SSS before. I don't know if it's continuing to happen. What I'm saying
it's happening
is,
with TMT.
it seems like everything's geared around getting top players there, but the truth of the matter is, everyone's out of the venue when Grands is being played.
Yeah.
it depends.
For the most part.
Like
if in a regional, it depends. In a weekly, like
at SSS, that's what used to happen.
SSS, yeah, it
That's
clears
what
out
I'm
real
talking about.
fast.
So why is the tournament so geared around the top player experience at SSS, if not just to pass money and accolades around with people that matter per se?
Right.
Like what I'm saying is, it's geared towards the same way. Like a major is geared towards top players in that you're paying a lot of money to essentially give to a pot $10, just like you'd be paying at SSS to play singles. And you're okay that Mango gets that because that's who you're there to see.
But it's also an experience that you're paying for. Like the way SSS is right now, it's literally the same thing. It just is happening less frequently.
What I'm saying
and
is
it's
the
in
same guy
venue.
who lives in SoCal and goes to a tournament to meet Plop probably wishes Lucky isn't at the tournament so that he doesn't have to play him round 2 at SSS. But he's going to go to a major to meet Plop, and he's paying that same $10. The $10 that's going to meet Plop should in fact go, like, of course, that tournament should cater to top players because that's why people are there.
Right.
But a SoCal local, I mean, probably that kid has met Lucky a billion times at Nimbus or whatever else, and he's just thinking, damn, I'm out, now I'm in losers.
Yeah, like it's weird when you have to like SSS is in this weird spot because like you want to cater to SoCal players, the ones that like nut, the people that are going to
that's
show
exactly
up.
what I'm
Every
saying.
time I think of general SoCal player, it used to be
Compa.
yeah,
It was Compa
but
for a while.
but now I'm thinking it's like
higher level.
sorry, compa.
even
it's
then,
nut,
like
right,
yeah.
like
yeah, and that's somebody that I'd like to play, and I think there's a lot of players within that realm where I'm like, yeah, I get to play Mega Christmas, let's go. Yeah, I get to play Nut, let's go. Yeah, I get to play Nico, let's go. Like, there's like 20 players who I'm like, this one could go either way, and I'm really pumped to play that one. And I'd much rather play that than play off. Playing Lucky would be really fun, and I'd love to give it my all to try to beat him. But if I had to choose, I'm gonna choose somebody who is either one step above or one step below me. You know, my optimal tournament.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I think
most
everybody at
competitive.
at every level would want that. Even
Actually,
Compa
well-
wants to probably play the guy one step above him.
Yes, that's actually the AZ thing we filmed. That I was telling Miles we cut a lot of stuff that was just it didn't fit the theme of the piece. But one of the things Vector Man was saying, he just went on this like entire breakdown of like training and getting better and getting good and being bad and stuff. And he was like you need three you need three people optimally to be able to continue in melee skill wise. You need someone just better than you, someone just worse than
and
you,
someone a lot
and
better
someone
than you.
no, someone right at the same level.
Oh, really?
That's how he considered like the optimal environment in which to grow.
I feel like the guy who can four-stock you is also really important. Mine would be...
I think so too.
Mine would be the guy a little better than you, because he serves the same purpose as the guy at your level, basically, to me.
He's just... I guess he's just
pushing
more.
you a little more.
Yeah.
I don't care about winning 50% of the games. Like, I'd rather lose 70% of the games and win sometimes, and then when I'm winning, I'm like, what did I do different that game? What do I need to do? And that's the person a little better than you, and then the guy four-stocking you is beating your bad habits out pretty much consistently.
Someone you could beat, so you could try stuff out. You need someone who's like
A
at
little,
your skill level.
I think a little better is optimal.
At your skill level or better. Or
Yeah.
I guess
little.
optimal,
like
is
in the same ballpark.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you like you're actually competitive, and then a really good person to just like crush you and see your flaws. There's like an old Apex interview with Dark where he like kind of talks about that with like KDJ and like Thorn and like a bunch of like
Really?
yeah.
I think if you're not chill getting four-stocked for a couple of hours, then you fundamentally like not in the right improvement mindset for melee.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Like
to
if that angers you or you don't want to play after that, like pick your ball up and go home.
To be fair though, like that's something
such a
about
blessing.
melee is you can't. Like I think the data processing center of your brain, like if melee's moving too fast and too severe for you, you just can't. You know what I mean? Like,
but like
if Armada's
gotta-
fucking shitting on a day one player.
yeah, a day one player is a bit different, but like my skill level to Armadas is obviously massive. There's a big chasm there, and I got a message from someone yesterday saying Armada's in town, he's housing with me, and do you want to come around and play Fox with him? And I was literally ready to Uber to Lakewood today and then Uber back here and spend like $100
For that.
just to have like
Yeah.
4 hours with him and probably get like I've played him quite a bit before, and at best I get 2 stocks because he just never lets you hit him, man. And like for that experience to get 4 stocked repeatedly, like that's what I would do.
Yeah. Well, are you saying then that to be forced?
Is it like Beginner Island? Once you get off and you're in the main part of the MMO, you
Yeah.
can kind of play with everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like it's good to see the max level person at that point. But when you're in the Beginner Island, it's like, hey, time with Armada. Yeah.
It's not gonna matter.
But for me, it's
you
like,
have to buy the game like to continue at
yeah,
that point.
that's
you know
what I'm
I mean?
saying. But I think for someone who's like understands most of the mechanics in the game and just doesn't apply them correctly, like me, it's like a macro game that I need to learn from him. There's like times when it's like, oh, you're in the corner now. Don't challenge PAYCH here because this. And I wouldn't have found that out against anybody else.
Yeah. Well, we were, man, we should address this thing up. I don't even know who.
It's just kind of creepy and uncomfortable.
It is kind of creepy, isn't it? I like it. It was a good boy.
You know what Ben said though? He was
Girl.
like, I knew my fire was gone because like Axe came over. Oh no, Meds came around and he was fucking me up, and like I wasn't even wanting to play more. Like I wasn't enjoying it. And he's like,
Yeah.
at that point I knew.
That happens to Puff players, dude. Puff players just
She
lose
just
it.
gets.
Yeah.
She just gets the beat
Puff
down, man.
players
Oh,
have
oh.
the hardest time playing the fucking game, dude. Me and Ben will always stand by that because it's so hard to play Puff.
You and Ben also stand by the fact that you both love H.
Oh, then fuck off, dude. I hate that, man. I'll
Big
say
Xbox
it.
fans.
I'll say it.
So okay, well, like
Is that Rob? I can't see Rob.
get out. Hey, go on, get.
Hey, what are you doing?
But yeah, he it's funny because like Puff players just like lose that fight. Like Ludwig, I can name so many Puff players that just lost the fire,
Cam.
and one is standing right here.
Yeah.
All 4 feet of you.
You know
He's
what?
standing right now,
Yeah.
by the way.
I think Puff is.
right above you because you're also standing.
I just think Puff is a compromise of a pick of a main.
What?
I don't think, and I just personally can't believe that anybody sees all of Melee and goes, "That's the one for me."
I don't know.
That's
I mean-
literally me.
Well,
What
Puff
makes you
can
want to stop
win.
playing her then?
Puff
yeah,
can
no,
win.
she can win. Yeah.
That's all it takes. That's why people see Wobbling and go, yeah, I want to do
No,
that.
no, I understand that, but I also don't understand how anybody else wants to do that.
Because it's fun.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I see Puff and Ice Climbers kind of in the same vein.
But
Puff
you
is
can
so
understand
fun.
that
Puff,
people
there's a
want
lot
to
going
win.
on with Puff, but I feel like maybe then it's that they haven't accepted her flaws fully. Because her flaws are just massive, you know. It's like when she gets grabbed and you get up through up head, like, I'll have puff mates who've been playing for 3 years be like, 49, man! I'm like, you've seen it. You know. You know, like, stop pretending like this is new to you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting back at 15 on the ledge and being like, 15, man, when the wall of pain kills me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's melee.
No, I see. Dude, I've been through so many
Like,
matches.
you get rested. I got rested at 0 twice and still played like a 150% set with Nico. I didn't get up from that set and be like, 2 kills at 0.
There's so many foxes that do that, though. Like,
Yeah, but-
almost every other fox does that.
But the point, I think
This
the
man
point
does
is,
it with Falco.
It just feels like
I don't
puff
do
mans
that.
haven't accepted their character fully.
I
Maybe
haven't
that's why they
accepted
quit.
Falco. That's definitely true. Actually, I have accepted it, and I accepted that I hate him, and I just like the fast man instead.
Yeah.
You mean Easy Man Plus?
Easy. Yeah.
It's like a marriage, dude. 10 years down the line, you're like, this person has all of these negative things, and I have to just live with them. Like,
or you just divorce it, and you
Yeah.
start like Nintendo dude started playing Marth.
but that's
a
what,
prettier girl.
see, like Fox, I just figured out he's mid-tier unless you play safe.
That's
And that's
so
fine.
Not true.
I don't know. I don't think he's no.
He's not mid-tier, but he's not.
Come on.
Mid-tier
That's obviously
if
a
only
joke.
if you.
That's obviously a joke, but he's not an S tier character when like he's the biggest glass cannon in the game. He gets
opposed to
destroyed.
Puff.
We can't believe
Yeah.
we're going down this road again where Miles is
But what
apologizing.
I'm not. What I'm saying
the
is,
Fox man.
I don't even have to go into that place anymore because I'm just gonna play better now. Like I'm just gonna use his best thing is his dash. Use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not worried about that. We're worried about not S tier.
I don't have a problem with Fox. No, like
I don't have a problem with Fox either. I still love him.
Actually, there was like a chat going on today, and people were just like, if like playing lame. I won't name him, but he lives with us. He was saying that like playing lame, like I accept it, but like you're still lame for it. And I'm like, dog. I guess I came to a realization that like the way I see it.
Losing is the most uncool thing you can do in Melee.
Yeah. Also, but like when you pick up the controller and you're playing the video game, if like your path, it's like everything you're doing right now is to learn more and get better.
Should
And
be.
That should be your path. But some people, well, it shouldn't be because you can do whatever you want.
You
But
can
like,
have fun. Yeah.
like some people just pick it up because they want to like do cool man stuff, or just like move around and also with another player there and sometimes hit them. Right there, it's when two people get on the sticks and
they have a different philosophy.
they have an entirely different philosophy, and I think we overlooked that a lot because we happen to be playing the same game.
but it's a
but
very
it's
different.
so
it's a very
fucking
different
different.
game, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. People can play the same game very differently.
And I never really thought about it that way, but it sort of, when you start putting everyone in one box, everyone is in the box where playing cool is cool.
I think that's
or
because our
everyone in the
community has
box.
been called the competitive Melee community. And so there's kind of this thing when you sit down with somebody that's like, hey, we're both here at a tournament. There's a lot of implication that the goal is winning. But that, in fact, a lot of people are just like, I'm here to see my friends and moonwalk with Captain Falcon. And that is part of our community also.
Yeah. It's just, it's such a difference, but like on paper, it's just intangible. Because on paper, it's like we're all paying the same amount and we're going into the tournament time.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's fucked up. We need to like measure. We need to like sorting hat everybody.
Fun tournament, lame tournament.
Yeah, you put the hat on and it's blur, and he's just he vomits on you a little bit, like off his chin. It goes on your head, and that means that you don't care. Or, or I don't know.
I don't know
Or it means
where
that you
this
do
is
care.
going.
I don't know. I'm saying it's a sorting hat, and that needs to be like
But that's called the top 100.
determined. Yeah, but Nuts like.
Nut really cares.
That's-
Nut would never call me lame for beating him.
That's what I'm saying, but he's not top 100.
Yeah, but also
but
in Friendlies, he's
but-
not going to lame
so you
someone
can't
out.
say
No,
it's
he
the
will,
top
though.
100.
Nut does not lame
He's
people
not,
out.
but
in
he's gonna go for the win though.
But he's also going to try cool shit.
Yeah.
Are you saying
Nut's so
Nut's not
sick.
cool?
Shout out to Nut, dude. I love you.
What I'm saying though is
He
like,
got robbed.
He got robbed.
He got robbed.
the people
He's
who
better. He's better than
the sorting hat is wins.
no.
The sorting hat is wins. I
If
suppose.
every
yeah.
pro that you meet that like even none, he's like, nothing's lame, dude. What I do is I'm thinking I do the almost optimal thing. That's why when I get the combo, I'm not like, whoa. He's just like, yeah, you go out there because that's what Falcon should do. Like they all just really want to win, and what they're doing is their way of what they think is the best way to win.
So the
no one's playing cool. No one's doing that. Even Mango, what he's doing when he's jumping around somebody's shield is just like, take it off so I can up smash you because that's how I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Nobody's like
Well, that's kinda
going
cool.
out of their way to do a thing that isn't going to kill the other person as quickly as possible.
True.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean like lame is different than that.
Well, that was part of the conversation. Was like everyone was arguing. I'm like, we need to determine what lame means to everyone.
Playing
like,
safe, putting yourself
that's exactly.
at as little risk as possible.
That's exactly what I came to, and I was like, so if that's what that means, then playing cool means playing unsafe.
Which means what it boils down to, and I've had this argument with so many scrubs so many times, is let me hit you because you're not letting me hit you enough, and I'm a retard. And
What do you mean?
Playing safe is playing lame, and playing cool is playing unsafe. What they're saying is play cooler so I can get some hits in.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
because I can't hit you right now.
Right.
Because
this isn't fun because I want to hit the man.
Yeah, and I'm not getting hits because what you're doing is like staying away from me and spacing your attacks in a way that I can't beat.
So are you pro timeouts and friendlies?
No, because I don't think. I don't think because I don't think that that's the best way to learn, and that's what.
Puff ices.
I don't think that's the best way to learn, and
That's
what
the
you
most
should be doing.
optimal thing you
should
do.
be trying things in friendlies that you don't know whether it works or not, and you know that works. So save that for the tournament.
But I want to play. I want to win every game.
That's bad.
So wanting to win every friendly is bad.
Depends how you go about it. You need to want to win some friendlies and want to learn some friendlies.
Okay.
I don't give a shit if you beat me in a friendly because I know that if I tried, I'd win. So I need to learn.
Right.
But if I'm playing Leffen, literally trying to win will teach me why I'm not.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So, like, going for the win and trying my hardest to win in that match will... That's why playing a better player is so free to learn. Because all you have to do is try. And they teach you why you're not winning by sitting and playing with you. But when you're force-stocking someone to learn off that, that's when you have to be playing to learn. And, like, trying so many things. You have to be treating them like they're way better than they are. To learn.
I remember at Evo, like 2015, I was in a hotel room and Nunn was in there as well, and I was playing Falcon Dittos with him, and I was pretty bad then. I'm pretty bad now, but I was considerably worse. And he kept, I remember this very vividly, every time he recovered, he kept recovering under the stage with the...
Going backwards?
Backwards,
yeah.
Up B. And I was like, why does he keep doing that? Like, so I wasn't going to edge guard him anyway, because I'm bad. But then later on, I was like, oh, he was just like... doing that in a game to get practice to do
it later.
that. Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. I started just playing like a degenerate sometime around last year when I'm considerably better than anybody else in the house. And I just running shine nair, double shine at the ledge, get the kill. It's really funny. Next stock, running shine nair. And then I would go to a tournament and just be like running shine nair, he blocks it, shines me out of shield, now I'm dying. And I'm like, huh? No Winnie? No double shine at the legend to kill? And then I started losing all these people who I used to just beat, and I was like, why? And then I realized I wasn't playing melee anymore. I was just going through the motions, how to quickly beat the people I already know how to beat. And I couldn't beat anyone better than me, because I wasn't staying safe. Like, I wasn't playing melee, I wasn't playing neutral. I was just trying to rush through to this punish game that I knew I could do. And when my punish game got really strong last year, that's all I wanted to do. But when I moved to SoCal, punish game wasn't so good, but boy, did they have trouble hitting me. And that's what people would always say. They're like, you play like a European, you run away and just back air and up tilt me and stuff. And then I'd start losing to mid-tiers, and it's because I was going in against them. You know, like I'd be losing a Luigi or like all these characters.
I remember at a Power 9, he once came up to me. I think he had lost to a Luigi. He's
Luigi
like,
kid, probably.
He was like, I hate Mario, and I hate his associates.
He's got some associates. But yeah, it's like Sora showed me the way. When he came and played against Rookie. Because he's played a bunch of PM, right? He knew the matchups really well, and he's just like back air, up tilt, laser, and he's just stuffing him.
Yeah.
He wasn't being cool, wasn't doing anything, but he beat a guy he'd never played against, who played a matchup he's never really played in melee, and moved on, you know?
I've said that before when like usually when I'm commentating or whatever at Nimbus, like you watch Squid versus Koopa, which they've played a lot in top 8.
They play so much.
And just that is just like one man wearing overalls against the other stronger man, and the stronger bird guy is just using his tools.
Yeah.
He's just tooling him out.
And they're never going to not be friends over that. Cooper's never going to walk away and be like, you played lame. The fact is, Cooper knows he's picking Mario, and he knows what that comes with.
That's right.
And it comes with getting shot for 8 minutes.
And Squid is
actually, the other side of that is
Gun
Albert hates getting lamed out. He's like tweeted about it. Like Sosa, I think, lamed him out with Fox at
talking about
Sosa,
A-Rookie?
the legend?
A-Rookie, yeah.
He hates getting lamed out?
He hates getting lamed out.
That's so interesting.
Because in his mindset, it's like Fox has so many other options that are good that could still beat Mario, that by playing lame, you're just like, it's just like...
You know what else has a lot of other options? The character select screen, dog. Pick a fucking better one.
Well, is it then does that come down to let me hit you?
Pretty much.
I don't know, because like
It is, isn't it?
Not necessarily.
It always boils down to let me hit you because my Mario can't do it right now because I play a shitty character.
I think it's more than that.
What is it?
I mean, I don't have a prepared answer for you, but
Yeah.
like, I think there's more to the game than just like, let me hit you. You're playing lame because you won't let me hit you.
Well, I'm just saying that's when he's in
What's
that
the
mindset of
philosophy
like,
difference?
I wish Fox would use his cool tools more than his other tools. Why? And I love A Rookie.
Yeah.
I watch him and I just nut because he's fucking rad, and he's good. But I just like that mindset is just like I think it is just let me hit you.
I mean, but there's other things. It's like, I'm going to use proactive decisions to put the other person in shield and then abuse him because.
But
he's
why
in the
should you
shield.
have to? That's why Mario is good when you're proactive against him. The literally like mid tiers are good when Fox approaches. They don't have
But
they don't
he's
have
still
approach
not
options.
good. Like Mario isn't like
Yeah, but
objectively
why-
better than Fox.
Why
What-
play a 50-50 or a 60-40 matchup when you can play an 80-20 matchup? Why would you put yourself at that risk? Why should anyone have to?
to have fun?
There we go, and that's
That's
the
the
philosophy
problem.
difference,
That's the
right?
problem.
Yeah.
And maybe A Rookie is just a sick master who still is just like
He
have
wants
fun.
to have fun.
and
You know-
have
you
fun
know
time.
what?
He wants to
though?
win and have fun.
That's
You
a
do both.
Yeah,
that's a tall order.
That's what I'm saying is have fun, guys. Quickly stop having it when they start losing. If someone, you know what? When I meet a Captain Falcon man who's like, yeah, I just want to do knees and sometimes I get a Falcon punch, man. And he's like, you know what? I went 1-2 today, but I'm gonna play some friendlies. It was a blast. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're rocking it. You're like, there's no cognitive dissonance. You're saying you're doing something and you're doing it. And then you meet a have fun guy after a tough one, and he's like talking about quitting. He hates melee. He wishes he never played. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like suddenly it's not so fun anymore. But if he wins that, he's still having fun. So it seems like those two are
It's
pretty
fucked.
tied
But
together,
yeah,
right?
it's
but I've
fucked.
also never heard him say like, I'm gonna quit melee because of this. He's always like, I'm gonna be better. Like I'm just gonna.
That's
get
good
better.
shit.
That
Yeah.
is good. Yeah, like
That's good
I hate
shit.
that this beats me, and I'm gonna try to beat it. That's fine.
Yeah. I think everyone's been in that conversation where their buddies got fucked up. Maybe even at Mario Party, and he says, I'm done playing.
You've quit Mario Party like 4 times, dude.
Have you spiked one yet?
You quit every game.
I was this guy. The thing is, I had to go over and get the spike controller if I wanted to throw it on the ground,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to go do that.
But if it was right next to you, you would have spiked
I would have
it.
gone outside and spiked it, yeah.
Yeah.
Really hard. Oh, boy. They were like, if I don't think we said this, but our friend brought spike controllers, just basically like knockoff
Third-party $12
third-party
ones.
GameCube controllers, and so you don't have to spike your main one if you want to get the get the anger out. So it's still there. I mean, I guess I could play one more Mario Party
There's
set.
one in the
The real
tank.
play is spiking both.
Yeah, right.
Spiking the fake one and it doesn't feel good enough
Like,
because it
spiking
wasn't
your
mean
main
real.
is
enough.
such a bad feeling.
Yeah, that's.
I've never spiked a controller, but I've always wanted to.
There's footage of me. I've talked about this before. There's
Yeah.
footage of me doing it at quickly against Pogo.
Yeah.
So
Why? What happened?
I'd lost, and I
Was
thought
it close? Was it at least 2-1?
it was game 3, yeah.
Okay.
It was game 3, 2 stock. No controller spike is ever warranted. I'll say that. I think I would.
No, I like melee. I hate melee controller spikes because it implies that you were cheated. In Mario
Yeah,
Party,
it
you have been cheated, so you
Yeah.
should get that anger out.
True. But it also creates a situation in which someone will say, "You guys just won off pure luck," when sometimes it wasn't just pure luck.
Sometimes you get 99 in Tracer Racer and you
think-
just have to.
I think
Hold that.
if you watch the footage of that trace race, you'll see that any sane computer algorithm wouldn't have called that a 99. But also that if you watch the raws of that game 3, I'm stuck in the red quadrant of Goombas
That was
for
fucked.
the entire game, and I have no effect on the game because of it.
That was fucked.
And there's-
yeah.
The dice determines whether you get out of there, you know?
You gotta pick a better character.
It manipulates
Peach.
your
Yeah,
dice.
yeah. Waluigi is taller, so he
Dude,
hits dice.
I love
Yeah.
I love all of the collections of Mario Party memes. There's Big Man's on campus.
Big man's.
There's I saw 10.
That's one's fucked up because everyone has saw a 10,
Yeah.
and it's
That's-
bullshit.
That's why they're all relevant.
I don't think Rich Get Richer is relevant. I don't like that one at all.
I like Rich Get
That's
Richer.
a fucked up meme. No, but
Yellow is mellow.
in
Purple
that-
is hurtful.
in that same green is always mean, and white actually lately has not been right.
It was right like 7 out of 8 times last game.
Fuck, that's true.
I don't know any of these.
Anyway, I was saying in the conversation with all the guys about like lame shit and stuff, I was like, I think the only truly whack thing you can do in Melee is get mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it doesn't like obviously you're gonna get mad at things like that's what human beings do, but like to be angry at the game is just in a way not accepting it or
It's
what
also-
happened, and that's just wasteful, right?
It's also anti every objective. If your objective is to have fun, then you're losing. It's literally the antithesis of your
Yeah.
objective. And if your objective is to get good, then getting angry is actually kind of okay sometimes, just as long as you're not blaming anybody but yourself, and it makes you practice.
Exactly. Yeah.
But getting mad on a setup, that helps nobody improve, and that helps nobody have fun.
What if your goal was to get mad? What if like you just I don't know. Maybe you like could only.
I think a lot of Melee nerds deep down, like that's their secret goal.
just be angry.
Because
What if
Melee
you're-
is obviously bad for them. There are people who Melee is bad for.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I could see it.
Isn't that just everything though? Like if for that person, if Melee's bad for that person, isn't just like
Life.
fucking stubbing your toe really
no,
bad for that
I've seen
person?
people only act a very specific way in Melee, in a very like angry, like terrible, like not terrible.
Dude,
way,
V
but-
Money. Everyone tells me he's just because people are like, yeah, V Money is just this monster who only is allowed to come out in Melee, and then in his real life he's just never like that.
Yeah.
That's what Nick was telling me the other day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He's just like I
V
think
Money is a normie who lost his way.
yeah, and he's just like I think he's Melee is his outlet to
That's
just
so
be this
true.
like this guy, you know. And he was like, I think like Melee is bad for V Money.
I think so too. Actually I don't want to. I've had a lot of talks with Victor about just like what life is and why do we do this thing where Donkey Kong is in the game and like Ness and
Yeah.
Star Fox like
Yeah.
and I don't know. But to be fair, he hasn't played a lot in a long time, so it's like except when he almost beat Nut,
That was so nuts.
and that was the hypest shit
Where
ever.
was that?
It was like
TMT?
3 Power 9s ago, or
It was Nimbus.
Nimbus
Yeah.
IO.
Wow, I wish I saw that.
It was
Nimbai.
off the hook. Very exciting. Still got it, Victor. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I just sometimes if you're gonna spike your controller, you do it on a good spike. You know,
Fuck yeah.
that's fucked up. You're in losers
like
finals, and then you
Yeah.
spike on a
The
win.
good spike is usually a discard though. It's just like I don't need this anymore. Cheer.
That's
you know?
true. Yeah.
Like the mango at Evo where he's like, yeet, done with that.
I
Now
like-
I'm cheering
I
for
like
the
the-
crowd, you know.
I like the Joey spike where he's just like he just tosses it up because he's just like fed up.
Joey.
Yeah, he
I've
doesn't
never
like
seen that.
he doesn't like spike his controller.
He
but
like
he'll-
flips it.
He just like fuck it.
Brah.
Yeah.
He catches it again though, right?
No, sometimes he'll just let it drop.
I remember Mango did that when he played against Hacks with his Marth,
Yeah.
and it was at that one tournament I forgot, and he almost destroyed him, but he didn't get back with Marth.
With the dunk, right?
Yeah.
He tried to gimp him at the end.
No, he side B, he up B reversed him, but he was not at high enough %, so he didn't die, and then he wasn't close enough to live. off the
Mango
up
like
B.
went for the gimp kill, had the kill, did not be in time because Hacks went
No,
too far.
he-
Hacks
he-
went too far away, I think.
He did up B reverse him, but Hacks just didn't die from it,
But Mango
was a
didn't
weak
make
hit.
ledge.
and Mango didn't make ledge
Yeah.
because maybe miscalculated.
He went low.
Yeah.
He went really
Either
low.
way, he
Hacks did
tosses.
go really low.
He
yeah.
tosses it up. He's just like, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Mangus.
I think you
I'm
got too
such
much.
a-
Yeah.
I'm a huge Mangus fan. Don't even. There's no getting around it.
I'm sick of it.
I'm less and less a
I'm
fan.
tired
Like,
of this
he's-
dude.
I think
I'm tired of this guy.
I think if we just saw Mango's gameplay from like the last 2 years, he's SFAT. SFAT's better.
I don't know, man.
That's a bold claim.
That's so, like, I don't know if
He's just
better.
not. He's just not electric like he used to be.
Yeah.
The
saying-
skill gap just isn't big enough for him to shit on people like he used to, which is why he got hype.
Shit, yeah. When he shat on people, it was like, whoa. I think the last time we saw him truly shit.
It wasn't just him shitting on people. It was him shitting,
shitting on good players.
Yeah, like
he kind of shit on Leffen at full bloom, and Miles is gonna say, but no, Leffen was playing bad.
But also Leffen shit on him like the round.
I know,
before,
yeah, it was
so
super weird.
They always
Yeah, he
their set
did
sucked.
last year at SmashCon. He kind of did Mewtwo King with one.
He did pull up with one. I think it's false to say that in the past
It
2
just
years.
doesn't seem like he goes as hard with it. Maybe he's doing it in a more routine way. It just doesn't
I
feel
think
like
we
there's
just see it
as,
less.
as
He's a
much
variety
clip
streamer
moments.
now. That's his job.
true.
Let him live.
I think
Let the man live.
he's low key slid into like a much more optimal way of playing.
I don't know. I literally just don't understand Melee at a level enough to be like, I can say whether or not that happened. I wish I could. But
The Kings of Cali set versus Armada. I think that was like prime playing optimally, and he just kind of like bodied Armada.
You can't. He used to shield bash people. You know, like he used to just go in and get on a shield or like shield stop himself and do a bunch of stuff. Everyone's so good out of shield now, and everyone's so good at crouch canceling that the way that hits come about are a lot more routine now. I think there are much more certain ways to get hits now, and sort of all players have to follow that more, just because of the no-nos that are in place, like with shield and with crouch canceling more.
Yeah.
And so the way Mango used to get his initial hits, I think, was the most interesting thing about him. And he would convert his combos. DI is a lot better now. So it's much more difficult for him to stand out from the crowd with his initial hits, I think.
You know, it's fucked up. I was thinking, again, when we were in Arizona, Dan ended up talking to Forward for like a long time, just because he was so fascinated. Forward, I guess, was one of the first people to like travel across the country just to play Melee. Not even like necessarily compete in like MLG or whatever, but just to play other people and do that thing. And so he was saying that one of the things he innovated, or so he thinks, or to his knowledge, is that just with Falco, shine wave landing onto a platform. And I was like, you just think like, how did people not know about that?
Yeah.
And that's such a weird feeling, you know what I mean? Because that is just like the routine thing you do for the bird guy.
Yeah.
Their combos are so mapped out now compared to how they used to be.
Yeah, but can you imagine playing Melee in an environment where Shine Waveland was like, what the fuck was that?
Can you imagine playing Melee in a in a era where ledge dashing was considered impossible, and like the players who could do it was like, oh, whoa, dude, you did that thing, you're gonna die doing that.
Or like Falco's pillaring.
Yeah, it was just like, how?
How do I deal
with
this?
Yeah.
STI is not going to come out for another 10 years. I don't know how to deal with
right.
this.
It was all the same.
Yeah.
It was the same game. That's what's so fucking crazy about it all.
We're all just
But
dumb.
it's like we're living on the
dumb.
same earth as people who lived here without any knowledge of electricity or fire.
Yeah. It's the same. This spot in Ontario was like, I don't know, there was like people like digging out poop holes.
Probably.
Maybe
you know?
not.
Who knows what they were
Maybe
doing?
just pooping on the floor.
Well, maybe, well, it's Native Americans that were here, so they were respecting the Great Buffalo.
What about pre-Native Americans?
That's fucked up. Those weren't real. God put the Native Americans and the dinosaurs.
He played it like if Game of Risk, you know how you each get to put pieces down, like where you want.
Yeah.
And each like you got like these one, like some of them are like purple pieces. Each team is a different color, and you just put them down. And he's like, "I'll make everybody from Asia here."
Yeah, right. And he made them all this group.
Because he wanted to get the bonuses from having all of the same in the same area.
Yeah, exactly.
So he wanted the map bonuses.
But before that, he lost the game with the dinosaur set, and he fucked it all up.
He's like, "I don't want to play dinosaurs.
It actually was
Let's play Risk now."
It was actually
and then the
just
colonial era
dinosaurs.
started.
Yeah, it was just dinosaurs, and he missed some pieces, so he started putting like army men and like random.
He's like, I don't fucking know.
No, the meteors were just meatballs or like something someone was trying to feed to him that knocked the dinosaurs away. You know, he's a little kid.
It was the shoe from Monopoly, and he's just like.
Oh God, yeah. Do you guys ever play Spore when it came out? Remember that was like the hottest shit.
Yeah.
That game was so over. That was the first Molyneux big lie.
Wait, what? Where
Peter
did you
Molyneux?
say?
Isn't that the guy who made the game?
No, I don't think he made Sport, did he?
I don't know.
He's the guy who made Black and White as well,
He
right?
made Black and White.
Black and White was so good.
Black and White
you could
once.
just yas people.
Yeah,
That's so funny. Just and they were just like,
You have the monkey and he's like on a rope and you can pat him or slap him.
Yeah. Oh, dude, slapping the monkey was fucking wild. Because you could be like, tick, 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 boom, and then he's just like, it was the most visceral.
It was fucked up.
And it was like very kinetic because you move the mouse.
Yeah.
Dude, we're gonna go home and play some fucking black and white and slap that monkey around.
I used to try
dude.
to pirate that game. We used to crack games off like Kazaa or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was one of the games we pirated, and I could never get the copy to not crash in a certain place. Like I had corrupt files or whatever, but I could play like the demo, the tutorial, and slap the monkey and like do all the
You
rest
got your
of it.
money's worth.
Yeah, everything else, my zero money's worth.
Oh no, I always picked the cow because slapping the cow was fucked up.
There was the cow, the monkey, and the tiger or lion or whatever it was.
It was like an aggressive animal. I like slapping the cow because it was just like.
That's it. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was.
And Slime works part-time at an abattoir now.
Yeah, I'm just real weird in the head.
No, did they produce Fable?
Yeah.
Or they produced Fable.
They were
but
just
did
like,
they
hey,
produce
good
Spore?
and bad is a thing. Let's make more games about it.
Let's just make everything good and or bad.
Good and or bad game.
Yeah, but then
system.
Spore came out, and I remember so many kids in my class who didn't even play games were like, you're gonna be able to create the universe, and it starts with a cell, and then it gets to a giant thing, and it's like how humans were created, man. And like, everyone thought it was gonna be like this giant game, and it was just a series of Mario Party-esque mini games.
Yeah.
And it was like, now you're a bigger entity.
Yeah, and then the game is zoomed out to like really bare bones like Eve.
Yeah.
And just
and
like
that sucks.
yeah.
Because just play Eve.
I think it was cool how you could like make a thing grow in a way. And like the Spore like creatures that people were making were like based on like fictional animals and shit. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, it was ultimately whack.
Just play The Sims.
Just play Sims.
Oh,
I was so hype on The
continue.
Sims.
Sims
I was
is
just gonna
sick.
say Sims, no objects on, and then they start showering, and then you take the shower away.
Don't they
Or
freak
move
out?
objects on.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't know what happens if you press play. I think they're like, I'm naked.
Yeah.
And I'm a
They
sim.
freak out, right?
Yeah.
What about just a room that's a swimming pool?
Yeah, and then
That one's
they,
fucked up.
you just make them go swimming, and then you take
take
the exit out,
yeah.
and then they just swim, and they're just like screaming.
They don't have the upper body strength to lift themselves out on the rim
yeah,
of the pool.
yeah, they need the
They
ladder,
have noodle arms.
but they can still swim it like for days.
I love the sim language because it's like so just like.
I said, how about
And then they
So good.
scream at you. Like they break the fourth wall to scream at you.
I love when I was always mad in The Sims when they would piss their pants, and it wasn't yellow.
It was
It was
water.
like a normal water
Yeah.
spot, and I was like, that's not pee. I've peed.
Yeah.
That's not what it looks
Maybe
like.
they're just very hydrated.
That'd be not on my
Maybe-
not on my watch.
Only sodas.
I feed my. It's like that one meme.
Chips. You can literally live off chips and sodas in this sim.
Yeah, you can do that too if you're from Alabama.
Dude, Sims was so fucked for me because I would literally make the same man in the same house like 8 times, and I had him live the same life. I don't know why.
Cheat on the neighbors. Like
I never did that. I tried to live the most optimal life. I was like, okay, so he's going to go to work and he's going to get home, and then he's going to play guitar because I want creativity to be max. And then he's going to play computer games because they're fun. And I like computer games. And then the reason I never finished the game is because you had to maintain so many relationships to level up, and I hated having parties. I thought it was fucked up.
you sound like the most miserable sim creator.
I
I've
played
ever
the
heard.
same sim. I could
You were
rebuild that
min-
house from memory. I
you
swear
were
to God.
min-maxing the Sims.
I was too as
Yeah.
a kid. My sister used to always just cheat and build like giant. She liked the home creation aspect of the game. But I would have my guy living in a 1-bedroom working at McDonald's.
Yeah,
Like, we're gonna make it.
Same.
We're gonna
same.
fucking make it, my guy.
My guy looked the same every time.
Look,
same
you're gonna,
shirt.
You're gonna have a 2-story soon. We can build when you get a little more quiche. But these bills keep coming in, man.
Oh my God, that game fucked me up. I played a lot of Sims.
Spore reminded me of
Living large was hype.
Dawson and I were talking about streaming today, and I was saying that the part I enjoy about it is just I never look at how many viewers I have or anything or like the stats page, because what matters to me is the people talking to me and being able to talk to people while I play games. That's why I want to be streaming, because that's fun. Is having people talk to me, and so like how active the chat is like what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Right? And we were talking about how big streamers' chats have ascended to a point where chat is no longer
Chat
a
is not a
function.
thing.
So
yeah,
it's like
it doesn't matter
It's like
anymore.
Spore. It's like a game where you play 10 levels as an FPS, and it's like you walk through a door, and then suddenly you're playing Age of Empires, and it's like, now this is an RTS.
Yeah.
Forget
Yeah.
everything you knew. You had a great inventory. All that's gone.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you play Final Fantasy and you work on your characters and you're doing really well, and then it's just like, all right, now COD. You know, it's like a
Yeah,
completely
yeah.
different thing, and that's what Spore was. It was like, all right, you did 10 levels as a little micro thing. Now you're in a new universe. Click around. You can fly from planets.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what?
It was whack. It was,
Like-
and it's weird. It was weird game design. I don't know. Game design itself is just this massive topic. I'm pretty much a disciple of Yahtzee, in which he's like, the industry is eating itself from the inside out on bad ideas, and nothing is changing because everyone keeps buying the same IP. Just like kind of like movies these days. It's
Yeah.
not like the movies are
have
bad.
Movies have flown the coop on that.
They haven't flown the coop. It's just no one wants to try new ideas, and that's like frustrating.
Dude,
It's
Nick's
safe.
on that tip right now where he thinks that Annihilation is like the next Donnie Darko, and he keeps talking about how he wants to watch it again and again, and how he didn't get it.
There are two types of people in the world: those who thought Annihilation was pretty okay, and those who think it was the next thing.
And what I was trying to explain to him is,
I haven't seen it, but I really want
it's
to.
like
I
like a
would- I would
COD
watch
game
it.
in that. What that movie
it's like
felt
Final
like to
Fantasy
me
13
is
just
that
corridor.
yeah, somebody had a really good idea and went to a director, and he's like, I want to make a concept film about cancer, and then the director was like, all right, well, we need a cutscene of a bear screaming at a whole bunch of people.
Is he spoiling the movie right now?
Not really. I mean, if themes are a spoiler,
I want to find that out on my own.
you want to read the Verge
you know-
article.
Yeah, I don't want to read the synopsis.
You know what I'm saying though? It's like somewhere along the way they were like, yeah, but we have to put these 45 minutes of scenes in that are just pointless action scenes.
I feel like I don't know. I mean, I don't like masturbatory things.
yeah,
That's
and
why
this,
I don't jack off. No, it's not true. It's
Just kidding.
I don't like things that are just doing it for the sake of like the thing, unless it's explicit. Unless you're like, this is basically just like in a way I really respect Transformers because it's like this is robots fucking punching.
I like that.
You know?
Oh, I don't like that, but I accept that exists.
Exactly. But Annihilation, I feel like it got branded as like this is the thing that makes you go whoa, and I'm like, no, it's just cool stuff and a very like poorly acted in my opinion like
Yeah,
story,
yeah.
right? I don't know.
It feels like
Natalie
somebody
Portman
came with a
dropped the
good
ball.
concept.
No, she was the best in it.
Really?
She
Yeah.
was, but not like it was wiffle ball. But what I'm saying is, I feel like somebody came in with a good concept, like to a Hollywood director, and then they were like, "Now let's fill it out with shit that gets people in a seat."
You have to too. That's what sucks.
You don't.
No, you have to because the execs won't like budge. You
just
don't
won't
get.
get money.
But like a
You
movie
don't
like
get
Donnie
money.
Darko, all of the scenes literally built on the movie.
Yeah, but Donnie Darko also didn't have a dummy budget and they didn't have fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Is that
dope-ass
guy
effects.
needs to take his script somewhere else?
Maybe, but then you enter the world, right? You're like, I directed Annihilation, and I'm gonna die, and people will remember that. And sometimes that's a huge cookie, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I feel that. But it just feels like whoever wrote that probably had a great idea in their head, and it just went through the machine. And then the remnants of that kind of got murked out, and people sifted through it and tried to be like, really good.
I don't know. Either way, Dawson hasn't seen it, but basically, it's got spoiled.
Don't talk about it.
No. If you want, I'm gonna say if you want to watch it in the theaters because it's probably
It's
much
at-
more
it's
Oh
danker.
theater.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
out
I
of
wouldn't. This would
theaters,
not be a
probably.
movie that I'd want to
No,
watch
I
on
don't
my
think so,
PC.
dude. It got released on Netflix. We gotta stop talking about that.
Yeah.
It got released on Netflix.
This is a movie
and,
reviewing
and
show now.
theaters. That was what's crazy to me.
This is RLM.
Anyway,
It was released on Net theaters.
yeah, at the same time.
Wait, really?
Yes, Queen.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Why the fuck did we go to the cinema? Actually,
Because it was fun.
it
with
was
Ludwig.
fun.
Cinema's
It is
cool.
fun.
Ludwig in the movie theater is like a fucking 40-year-old father dad. He's just like,
Does he do a lot of that? Like,
no. He's like, something happened in the movie. He's just like, ha. Like, it was so fucking lame. And
He's got his shoes up on the seat.
he's just so obnoxious. It's like actually hilarious because it's not too bad. It's every once in a while
yeah,
he'll just dad out, and then you're like, oh
He's
yeah.
probably just chewing popcorn like 1 decibel too loud.
Yeah, he's like- and the normal people in the movie is like, it's not enough to be like fuck this guy, but it's enough to be like I can't ignore this guy. Like he is entered.
He's a presence.
Yeah, he's a presence.
A menace? No. There? Yes.
Yeah.
do we talk about anything else?
About what?
Hey, Dawson
Do
wants to
we
get into
talk about
streaming.
it?
Let's talk about
I
that.
don't want to talk
What? Sad contest. Follow at Short Contest if you want
Short
to
Contest.
Twitch
Do we need
stream.
to check the taste from?
Hey,
if
you
I'm
guys-
short contest, what
you
are
guys-
you?
I'm literally taking a picture of the door and
Short
posting it on my
machine?
Twitter. Short machine.
You guys can make a stream group called the Kids Table.
Fuck you.
He's 6. What are you? 6'3"?
No, not
Not even-
6'8". You don't even
I
want to
play
get me.
NBA,
You don't
dog.
want to get me started about the other one, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy stats on that boy. No. I think 6'2" is a stretch, but that's what the door is telling
What I'm
us.
saying is the door tells him he's 6'2", and he's like, he's king. He's just like, he strides around like a fucking
I'm just happy
Colossus.
that I'm taller than Nick.
You're taller than Nick.
Yeah.
I don't know about Nick's a tall boy.
I
Dude,
believe it.
Ludwig was in the chat today, in my chat while I was streaming, and he was. Dawson called him a baby bitch or something, and Ludwig
I would
just
not
typed
use such oppressive language.
It's true, he wouldn't
a
say
baby boy or something.
that. Baby boy.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Called him something, and Ludwig said like check the door, and Dawson didn't know that the door existed.
I didn't know that Ludwig got his height.
Yeah,
checked.
everyone that
Yeah.
comes through goes on the door.
Okay.
If we,
If you visit us in the house,
So
you
you're
can
on
go.
the
You
door?
go on the door.
I think it has to be a little more exclusive than that. It can't just be any
Homies
man.
only.
True. Don't just come to the house.
Hey, I'm here to get measured.
Some dude. We should put Rob on the door.
Rob could go on the door.
Yeah.
You get measured and you get a Miller, and then you have to leave.
Yeah.
A fine pilsner.
One pint pilsner, one measure. One
Yeah.
game of Melee,
And
that's
you're out the
it.
door.
No rematch, even if you get Dreamland.
No rematch, no refunds. If
But
you
yeah,
get FD, it's.
he told him to check the door, and he had it in his mind that Ludwig was short. He checked the door.
I didn't think Ludwig was short. I just thought he wasn't tall.
He told him to go back to the kids' table or something, and Ludwig
Yeah,
said,
he likes to run that a lot.
Yeah.
"Oh no, I think Ludwig told him to stay on the kids'
Ludwig
table."
said, "How's it at the kids' table?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I went to go, and then
Dude, I love that.
And
Dude, when someone was like, "Dude," oh no, sorry, continue.
no, it was just like, and then you were like, "Check the door," and I went over and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like shook to my core.
The door was just
Because I was looking at our names and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna be around here," and then he's like,
You're like,
"Yeah." And then I was like, "Is he just a sloucher?"
Yeah,
Because I feel like me and him are at eye level most times.
Yeah, I don't know.
he
That's
hunches a
wild.
lot.
So you're gonna start streaming video games?
Nah.
You said at the house today, "I'm gonna get a new computer and I'm gonna start."
You know,
streaming."
people
What is this
people
shit?
say things all the time and they don't mean them.
You do this when we're alone all the time.
I'm gonna focus.
I say
Dawson
He's
doesn't think
not
I'm gonna
saying
fucking
I
start
love you
streaming, dude.
facetiously though. He's saying I'm gonna start streaming. That's what he tells me when we're alone.
He gets really hyped when I
Just-
say. He's like, "Really?" And then
He's like, it was the heat of the moment. Like I was about to nut. I just was gonna say I start streaming. You know.
yeah, and I have the same clarity that I do now.
Yeah, apparently, because you're off the kick. It's gonna be so sick when you stream. Goth cam.
Of course.
Goth cam. It'll be all washed out and aesthetic.
Yeah, it'll be like
Low
a
saturation
sepia
tone.
tone.
Black and white game feed, of course.
Dude, that'd actually be really sick.
That sounds like the
Playing
worst.
Fortnite in black and white because you're fucking gothed out of your skull.
Nobody
Um,
can tell if that's a person or just a rock or what that is.
If we go skating, I'll IRL stream it. That's for now.
That's a come up actually.
Have
We
you got
will
the
go
data?
skating. That's
Do
a
that?
if about that.
Have you got the data to do that?
You got unlimited?
I got unlimited.
Oh,
I'll
snap.
throttle the whole.
My man's just
Family
flexing
plan.
out here. Mikey said in the Discord today, "Happy Easter, Flexbox,"
Yeah.
and that was really
I was in
funny.
the car and I laughed.
It's
really hard.
probably the funniest thing I've seen today.
Flexbox?
Like, have you seen the Usher video where he got like apparently he had to record a bunch of messages for the Xbox Live like video feed, and there's a video of Usher going, "Happy Easter, Xbox." And Mikey took that because Xbox was flexing on Twitter or something, and he said, "Happy Easter, Flexbox," and it was just this weird deep cut. It was,
That's such an
wasn't-
obscure joke.
it was so good, dude.
It wasn't
1%
a
of the
Twitter
people
flex.
watching get that one.
Mike's a
if you don't
legend.
explain it.
Just like the intro song to
The
this.
intro song, yeah. Press 1 if you remember what that's from, or at least it touched some sort of reptilian spot in your brain where you think you remember.
I remember when I said that to you, your eyes just like widened.
Yeah,
and
I
you're
just went
like,
into like a Slumdog Millionaire moment, and I was like, "What? What?"
all these memories came.
But
coming
all you
back.
win is a seat to this show. There's no million.
Yeah.
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 Damn.
I was gonna say something. Do you guys feel like we're in a lull melee wise? Like I feel like there's not a lot of stuff going on.
I think
It's all about to come up.
I don't think so at all.
but I think
actually.
I think we are backloading it. There's like 3 majors in August.
I think we've been in way huger lulls.
Agreed, but compared to like maybe last year or the year before, I feel
No,
like
I feel like last year and year before there were big periods where I was like, just like dusty tumbleweeds.
No, I think lull status this time is it's reached. Leffen Snap booked a flight to Flatiron. Like
Really,
he
though?
posted on Twitter
How long
practicing
ago was
for
Full
Flatiron.
Bloom?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's not that one. No, it was like 3, 4.
But the thing is, all of these like
I'm
like,
counting the bed bugs. on
Flatiron.
my-
Flatiron is like a tier 3
many bites?
tournament.
It's about a
It's
full
like-
Bloom tier tournament.
It's a one.
Dog,
you
have
gotta-
you seen
You gotta.
Have you
who's
seen-
going? That's what changes it.
Who's going?
H-Box, Leffen.
All right, Leffen as of like yesterday.
Okay, but I would say those same people went to the Mango, and I wouldn't consider Mango a tier 1 tournament or a tier 2
Well,
tournament.
the Mango is what we call an anomaly in show business.
But I think H-Box is going to everything at the moment, and Leffen snap booked to a tournament that he's an international god, and he snap booked to go to this tournament. That's how bad he wants to play right now. There's not a lot going on.
I guess. Yeah.
Like he's not doing that when it's like SmashCon Shine.
He might just be
Smash
like
and
gearing up
Splash.
for Summit too.
Yeah, I think everyone's
That is
gearing up
true.
for Summit.
But,
a lot.
like-
Like if Summit it didn't exist, would he be going to Flatiron?
Probably not.
So
Yeah, but then if you look at it, did he
There's
go to
nowhere
full
else for him
bloom?
to gear
Yeah,
up
he did.
though.
So it's like
well, he can gear up at the SSS before Summit.
It's going to be a ghost town. It's too
gonna
expensive.
Be, well, it'll be like a mini Summit in that only top
Only
players
8
are allowed to
people
go.
will be there. Coincidentally, they've all been paid to be there, just like Summit.
Exactly.
they
Yeah.
just say they're going and then end up at Mango's house anyways. Just
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't know.
Host SSS at Mango's because
Yeah.
it's like going to be that exclusive anyway.
yeah.
I was out.
Even Leffen's like, it's too steep. TSM doesn't want to
Yeah.
cover it.
I'm only on a tier 1, guys. Like Red Bull did drop me.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't have that kind of quiche anymore. He's gonna win anyway. I was at the back in at Nimbo just hanging around with the boys, and I was saying as we were on the way back in, we were talking about SSS or something, and I was like, "You guys ready to get that loan? Ruin your credit score for some to get to SSS?
Yeah, I think I walked
Take out a line."
I walked down and I was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Nimbus is $15 now.
Yeah. You're just like
You missed the reg period.
you're just
It's
like pony up.
$15.
You
yeah.
didn't pre-reg, so you don't, nor do you get the raffle.
Yeah.
You can't register at the door.
No.
The raffle is being able to commentate with no thigh.
That's actually a hype raffle.
That's better than a controller, an Oxy controller.
with nacho cheese on it.
It's literally nacho. It's just so greasy. It's just so slippery.
I feel like they just got this really like bad controller shell, and it wasn't like worth anything, so they just took it to Noah and was like, "Please mod this. We can't do this in a raffle. Like, this needs shield drops."
Oh man.
This
yeah,
needs a
but I feel
doctor.
like there's not like a lot going on. Like, not as much, which isn't a bad thing, but
I don't know. I feel like
it's like once a month, which is fine. But like,
from Genesis to Full Bloom wasn't much. But Full Bloom, actually, there was
So
the National Arcadian. There was shit, dog.
that doesn't count.
Full Bloom wasn't even that
guess
big, bro. It
what
was like a
I-
church, like not
I
a
know,
church
but it was like
tournament, but
there's a
Leffen
lot
and
more-
Mangus and
that's why they're all
Flexbox.
going is
not,
because
not
there's
to,
nothing
Yeah,
on.
not to discredit these tournaments, but these are like what would maybe last year would be like C-list tournaments.
The reason these tournaments are
Which
getting
isn't
big
a bad
is because
thing.
there's
They're
nothing
But
on.
more
that's
like
the thing is like,
grassroots.
so what? That brings up an interesting question. Is like, what determines a good tournament or a notable tournament? And it's literally just top player presence.
2 days, big venue, like good pool structure, and a lot of top players, obviously, but also a breadth of top 100 players. Like at
A
a
deep
tournament like Genesis,
pool.
there's that top 32 is those
Like
boys.
Genesis,
Yeah, that's
Genesis, and the Big House. Those are like S tiers, and then maybe under that is like Shine, Super Smash Con.
I think Shine's getting up there, man.
Shine's turning
it
into
getting up there?
a juggernaut.
All anybody
Is it
says
moving
about
up the
Shine
tier
is
list?
best tournament of last year. That's all anybody says.
Everyone's.
Okay.
Even with the shootout robbery.
A+ tier.
God, I was in
Shine.
the crowd just.
Dude, Miles, this is the funniest image in my entire brain. It's Miles. Explain it, please.
Oh, so I'm in the crowd for Shine, and I'm pretty wasted. I'm kind of tilted because I didn't make bracket. I was one game away from making bracket. I think I choked to Vish, the commentator, and which just sucks because I
Sucks
played.
to lose a commentator,
I
bro.
beat Juggle Guy pretty handily, the set before, and everyone was like, "Vish is about as good as Juggle Guy," and I was like, "Captain Falcon, gonna do it to him." I beat Big Vegeta Blunts 420, the Ice Climbers.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm playing well,
What a
doing
guy.
well. And then I think I got in my own head about making bracket or something dumb, and I just could not play well against Vish, and he mopped me up with some Tekken place stomp knees.
Some spicy
and
stuff.
there I was gone. So I started drinking and met a really big homie actually, Ghetto War Machine. You
Yeah,
ever heard that name?
yeah.
That's my boy.
Apparently he's really funny too.
We both came up to each other and we were like, money match? Yeah, I want a money match. He's like 5. I'm like, let's do 10. He's like, you think you're good? I'm like, yeah, I think I'm alright. He's like, I'm pretty good too. So we sit down and we're both like, hey, let me hit my sipper. We both legit
you both
reach
turned for the
sipper
sipper
at the same
and
time.
your eyes locked. You're like,
Yeah.
brother,
We literally both have fireball, I think.
that's so sick.
And so I beat him. I think it was pretty close. I was like, damn, this guy's pretty good. And we were both pretty drunk, and so we team up. We're like, we got sippers, we got money to make. Let's get out there, and we start money matching, and we win so many doubles money matches. We're just walking around. Me and him are getting drunker and drunker, yelling, having a great time. Anyway, so get a machine. He lifts my spirits back up. I'm having a great time. I'm hammered at this point because all we've been doing is money matching and drinking. We made a bunch of money, and then I'm in the crowd when it was me, Schmike, to my right.
Schmike Schmaze.
Schmike Schmaze.
Mike Schmaze.
And what could happen but my boy Leffen, my favorite player, be taken out by an ice climbers? Rat. I'm there, I'm hammered, I'm not happy about it. I'm thinking that's dumb as hell. and so then they go behind, and Schmike's on Twitter and he's saying they're going to replay it. And I don't know why they replay. He's like, UCF was off. And I'm just like, I start cheering like a Street Fighter character.
He's like, I was just drunk in the crowd, just staring straight ahead, doing this.
That's exactly what I was doing. I was just so happy.
Go!
Yeah. Just pumping my arm, flailing my arms.
That's actually so funny because in Street Fighter, there's always like another character right next to the crowd cheering. You know?
Yeah, like in the cast.
It was Schmike.
Yeah, yeah. Like Chun-Li's like in Zangief's stage.
Yeah. Just like just watching, and then Schmike is.
I'm just the guy in a red shirt and jeans next to Schmike going. And then they replay it. And I knew Leffen was gonna win, and when he won, I was like, "That's damn straight."
Every time Leffen loses, Miles just like he's off one.
Well, that's the perfect storm because Leffen lost and then got to run it back
to
with an
replay
icy man.
I was already mad.
It was the perfect storm.
It ended in a bullshit wobble game 5.
Bullshit wobble.
I mean, just call it what it is. Are all wobbles bullshit?
No, this one was just specifically salty.
Okay.
I remember it was something I consider a wobble bullshit by how big of a mistake the person made to get it.
How big of a chump check it was?
But it's not even a chump check. Just like Leffen may as well have put his controller down in terms of what he just like missed a tech or like he did something really dumb, you know?
Okay, so it's not bullshit that Chu got it. It's bullshit that Leffen messed up.
It just is such a sad way for it to end.
Okay.
What's funny is what I think of bullshit wobbles is like when people like Army does this all the time.
Is it just the platform from second 5?
No,
that's so sick.
It's like the 0 second. Okay, we did neutral start, and they both just fall down. And Army already has them in
and they're
his
wobbled
arms.
5 seconds in, and they lost their stock. Oh,
He just wave dashes forward because he spawned on the floor and they spawned on the platform. He just wave dashes forward.
He doesn't even do that. He just like they just magnet hands into like Nana and Popo, and he just starts wobbling.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Like I've seen him just drop from the platform, and he just grabs.
You're not invulnerable, right?
No, you're not.
When
Not the first Angel platform.
When it says game, like
you're ready.
Start.
Neutral start versus Ices.
But also, I remember this was back when Miles was back in Australia. We were watching a tournament. What was it? Was it Genesis? Miles is in the Bad Melee chat, and in the Facebook chat, and he's just like, this is the death of the last absolute warrior after Leffen lost. Like, he was like on some like, everything's fucked. Like,
what was the tournament? Genesis.
Was it Genesis?
I don't know.
I just remember that phrase itself, and I was like, Miles, like his Leffen stock is like, he's like all in.
When Leffen plays great, it's so clear who the best player is in the game, you know, and he's just doing it in such a way where it's like, of course. And then his execution, Armada does that as well, but what I like about Leffen is when he's really going for it, he goes for that little bit extra,
little extra
you know?
spice,
and
cilantro on there.
He goes for the optimal thing, and when it works, it's like, wow. Whereas Armada is just really good at like doing his stuff that he knows is going to get you over and over again. Leffen puts that one that you didn't expect sometimes.
I think Leffen does a lot of like really, really technical stuff in places that like other people want it.
Yeah,
They
and
like choose not to.
Like it's almost a risk to choose this option because of like it's high execution and you wouldn't really see it. Like,
yeah. And when he gets it, it leads to a kill. And what somebody else would have done is probably just set up for an edge guard, but he like cleans it up right there.
Yeah. Like I think like Armada does that option. Like
sets up for the edge guard.
Yeah, like he won't go for the full. Just like I'm going to do this massively like one frame.
I like Plop as well though.
thing.
If Plop was still in the tournament, I would have been okay.
Plop Socks is nice.
Well,
Plop's everything.
This was Oh, you're talking about Shine? Oh, you're talking about a hypothetical tournament in general?
Yeah.
Hypothetical tournament where
at the moment for me, it's like if Mango, Plop, and Leff are out of the tournament, I'm not too interested.
Armada too?
He's just going to do whatever it takes, and I know he hates Fox. And I don't... he just plays it to beat Hungrybox, and it's going to be one of those...
It's such a loveless marriage.
Yeah.
Peach is his main girl.
Yeah.
Fox,
he just wants to play Peach, and he can't in the current meta.
Well,
So.
I mean, he beats Mangus. I guess you're right, Jigglypuff. But are we getting
Easy.
about chat question time?
Are we?
I don't know.
It feels sad that it really does funnel down. Did we talk about this on the podcast already, about how everyone needs to play their main to lose to Hungrybox so that he's not ready for the Fox? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Power Rangers of the melee.
They all join to be a Megazord.
Because like you have to play the fox, but when you play the fox, all it does is make him stronger.
I don't think it's warming him up. I don't think it warms him up that much as people think. Like, I think he knows how to play against Fox.
I think if Mango comes out of the gate swinging hard, he's much more ready for it if he's had a bracket full of foxes.
Yeah, it's interesting because like it's like the idea. It's like the negative summit voting we were talking about. It's like
The best idea.
You're trying to warm up the foxes and warm down the puff.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to vote up the foxes and vote down the puff, and it's this fucked system of like. It's so interesting. Like, this is the meta now. If you said to someone 10 years ago, it's like, yeah, the meta's kind of just to tire out Hungrybox with other characters. People are like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? Plays Puff still,
Well,
right?
you know what? 10 years ago, people were like, yeah, because Puff's the best character in the game. We all know that.
Were they?
Yeah,
Oh, I guess
2008.
Mango was
yeah.
a
People
monster.
were just like, yeah, you can't beat it.
It was really just like
They were right back then.
M2K.
Mangus, Cam, pretty much the
the only two Puff.
only two Puffs that ever
No,
mattered.
Puff was so much more common back then.
Really?
Yeah.
Killer or? Oh, no, he didn't play Puff.
That was long. That's long. No.
Did he?
Who?
He played Falco or something, right?
No, Kilo R was a Puff.
Damn, that's a
think.
deep cut.
Who
I
did
think-
DSF play? Also Puff? Am I wrong?
DSF?
Die
He played
Superfly?
Sheik.
Oh, that's right.
King, Mango's favorite player, as everybody knows.
Akeel, Firepuff 12, also one of the more relevant Puffs in
No.
today's meta.
Back in the day, it was just like Puff was a more Puff
He
was
nares,
considered cool,
and then he rests.
He presses down.
It's
Puff was
I don't know.
considered cool back then. Like, I think Raceland, who no one even knows about. I don't even think Raceland played cool.
Is it just a deep cut?
Yeah, deep cut. Got like 9th at Genesis.
Really?
I think
Genesis
something
1?
Genesis 1.
If
There's
if Anok is in the chat, he's the God. Do you guys know that guy? His tag is Edwin Budding. He's like he used to do the Smash History podcast, which was pretty dry, admittedly. But this man's like his brain. You just like you can just pull it, and it's just all melee stats.
It's just a Wikipedia article.
It's literally like a Wikipedia. Like he can just like and just point to like
Rolodex is
it's
just
crazy.
going off.
And that's a man who is like I was talking about this with some other guys that are like Smash like writers that were in a Facebook group. It gets pretty lively, I'll tell you. But this guy's in there, and I was just like, when you're truly off the goop, you know, because you're just like going down the rabbit hole of like fucking weekly 8-man brackets from like 2006 and just like seeing what it was about.
I feel like the place to be at.
It is a dark
He's
place.
Yeah.
saying when he's really going hard and looking this stuff up.
Yeah, he's just that's how much he like cares about and likes this shit. Is just like as a historian, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Like he'll go all the way and find that and try to find the story behind.
I had the guys from
Shout outs.
the Smash Data podcast in my chat, or one of them.
Is that the same guys? Maybe
I don't know, but he was
they
telling
like
me
changed names.
he
or something.
moved his
Rebranding.
podcast to Tuesday night to not clash with this podcast.
Is it Zane's and Rishi's?
no,
podcast?
No.
Is this the? It's one just.
There's so
about
many
Smash,
podcasts these days. Fuck.
Smash Data or something.
I don't know.
Some would say we're the
Statistics?
forerunners of.
I mean, we
Anyway,
didn't do
he-
it first, but we did it best.
He said that
Yeah.
he moved his
We did it
cast
firsthand best.
to not clash with ours, and then we happened to be tonight anyway.
Yeah, blame Molly Rankin for that one.
Yeah,
sorry.
blame this idiot.
The show was so good. It was a perfect
I
show.
don't care.
It was such a good
I saw
show.
the little B-side.
You know when you you saw the B-side,
Yeah.
the 7-inch?
Yeah.
Ah, I love that band so much.
So it was
all vases.
worth
All the vase.
recording over these guys, is what you're saying.
Apparently, yeah. I mean,
Sorry,
it could have
guys.
been. It could have been like Mangus tells all. You know, all data, and I would have been like, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I only know about old puffs because I was like interested in like, hey, how did these guys play?
Okay.
Because like current
Like actually
year,
play the game.
Yeah, like current year, it's like
Back when you used to have feelings.
yeah, back when I used to want to get good.
What a weird Dawson that is too. That's like thinking about Dawson in shorts.
There's so many guys who
It-
just kind of hang around and they're like, I remember when I wanted to be good.
Yeah. And remember when you were like a newer, younger player, you're just like, huh, why does that guy like not care about the game anymore? This is the best game in the world that's ever been made. And like a couple of years pass and you're like, I kind of get it.
You're just hanging out with them, smoking a cig
Yeah.
out
You
the
see-
back,
like
and
it.
you're looking at the new kids like, they're going to get it soon.
I hate the new kids so goddamn much,
Why?
dude. Ugh.
It's like saying you hate Nut.
No.
No, Nut's not a new kid. Actually, there's a lot of Nut is like original FD and no one knows it.
Yeah,
That's
I
been
know
around
that.
Really?
I know that.
I didn't know that.
I actually met Nut.
That used to wear
at an
glasses.
earlier-
Bet you didn't
No.
know that. Swear to God.
It's just a Nut podcast. He's asked me before. He wants to be on so bad.
Can we bring him on?
I think that'd be maybe not.
Just bring him on for me, for the culture.
No, what do you mean by new kids though?
I feel
You don't
like
have to name anybody.
I don't
but
feel like I see anybody new anymore. I don't feel like I see that many new
you're
kids.
a new kid.
I'm a new kid.
he's
So you
pulling.
mean-
He's pulling this one on
So
us.
you mean anybody who hasn't been around going to stuff in this scene for like
face
5
roll?
No,
years?
no, no.
Face roll's a new kid.
He's a new kid. F that down holder.
So it's Lucky and nobody else.
No, I think there's a period when I was playing and it was like the homies and now all of them quit or like they got older. I think I'm in a weird age gap period where it's like I was hanging out with like people who were probably like a bit older in Smash, like nearing their 30s and stuff like that. So
Like who?
Irvine, like Dave, Cam, all that. Like I hardly ever like Cam just doesn't go to tournaments anymore.
Cam, you know what? He used to not. Still, I looked back on old posts, and Mango is there being like, "Hope Cam shows up." Heart,
Please.
like that's how deep this man's has been just dodging tournaments for the meme.
McCain, like just a lot of I guess older Irvine or.
So who's a new kid? I guess you got because if you
New
admit that,
kids
you
is
have to
just-
say who you hate because you just said you hate new kids.
No, new kids is general. I don't actually. It's like when I say fuck books, I don't actually hate books.
He said "fuck books" once to me, and I thought he was serious.
You think
He was
everything I
trying
say
to back
is
it up
serious.
as well.
Someone
Yeah,
said that.
that's what's fucked up. You'll say a meme like "fuck books," and you're like, "No, but books are whack." It's like, why are you going to level 2 with this?
Yeah, like why?
Because if it gets a visceral reaction where you guys actually believe me, I like to double down a
You're
bit.
such a piece of shit.
No, someone said that in the Discord. I said like, I do families who eat dinner at like 5 a.m. Psychopaths, all of them. And they believed it, and I was like, dude, I don't actually think people who eat at that time are psychopaths.
You have no range. You're just because you're all deadpan.
Yeah.
But anyway, where you?
I think that like so like a lot of people who I knew like I would hang out with at tournaments just don't go anymore. Like I could see, and as a TO now, it's like the people who I would go to tournaments with aren't like entering tournaments anymore.
Right.
What about us?
What
You're-
about yesterday?
You guys are late to the game.
What game?
See, we just didn't know Dawson early enough before his soul became calcified and
Oh,
hard.
so it's
Yeah.
like we didn't know him before the final right of like how it's gonna be.
If Koopa messages Dawson right now on Facebook, says like, "Dude, we're not friends anymore. I don't like you," he would be shattered.
so the book's
Yeah.
closed
He'd be
now.
fucked
no,
up. Yeah.
No new friends can go into the
Yeah,
book.
no new
Yeah.
pages. We're just like
We just didn't make it.
we're just like a Goosebumps like scholastic like
We're like the
That's
not
the
canon.
next song that goes in the intro.
Oh yeah, okay.
Dun, dun,
Yeah, we're not
dun,
canon
dun.
in Dawson lore. We're extended
Are we
universe.
just not
Yeah.
cool enough, dude? Because we're not a part of
Kinda,
little
yeah.
Irvine. Please? How good do I have to be, dude, before you start going, I wish I was hanging out with Don B again?
What if I was an amazing Mario
You
player?
gotta stop wearing that chain, man.
Yeah,
I think that actually hurt him a bit.
I'm actually.
Because I was saying, I need to slide this in. I need to slide this in as a thing so that I can flex on Kenji.
You can't.
You're never
Why are
gonna
you
flex-
trying to do something that's impossible?
I just want to try.
It's like trying to beat Ludwig in a wrestle
Roll
match.
out.
And you know I tried that.
Yeah, you do. That is one thing Miles will always try for the impossible.
He always stands on my head.
You'll have that Bape chain just getting headlocked by Ludwig and it's just swinging.
It says Don B.
All
No,
right.
I wanted to do this week because if I did end up buying this Don B chain as a joke at Kenji,
I
I was
don't
going to
hate-
wear it the next week and it would be like, haha, level 2.
That actually be pretty funny.
But now the joke's ruined. Now I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
actually, that's funny.
It was going to say bad melee slime.
Re-
The chain.
We're at the house, and I thought you bought a new headset, and this kind of like ties into.
Oh,
like,
God
me wrestling
damn
him
you.
now. And I was like, "Oh, dude, he bought a new headset," and then I was like, "Oh, he did it." And then I was like, I thought I just rusted him enough for him to like upgrade his.
Called it a public
JFK
access
library.
computer
Yeah.
set up enough times.
You was like, I was like sitting alone. I'm like, why does he fucking call my computer a library computer all the time? And I just like Yos order like on Amazon.
All this new Razer gear.
My drummer was gonna buy this really expensive drum kit, and it was like I think yellow, like it was like kind of like this weird yellow, and I was like, "You're really gonna buy that?" And he like
Oh,
didn't buy it.
that's so fucked, dude. You're just cutting him deep. Did you just not want to be next to a yellow kit on
Yeah.
stage?
But then he
You're
got
like,
this.
"That's not
he
me."
got this really nice kid. So I was like, "This."
What color is it?
It was like an oak color.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's very very minimal.
And that's what matters about the drum kit.
The aesthetics. No, it was like it was a really. He spent a lot of fucking money on that kit.
It's like a tiny drum kit, Slime. It's a children's drum kit.
We're gonna take some questions from the damn chat.
From the goddamn.
Hey, don't both look at your phones. Only one person on the phone.
Nope. I'm looking at how many ads are on SoCal Melee right now.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Not the feds. You a tanky or an anarchitty? I don't know what that means. I feel like it just said a slur by accident.
Dude, imagine if this show gets big enough that people start doing that. Just trying to be like, what's the difference? But hey, ask Dawson if he's this.
How long? Wait, what's up? Oh, whoa, that's fucked up. Sup Nice is out here. Are you gonna?
Don't read Discord comments right now. What are you doing?
They wanted to ask
How long would you
questions.
choose to make your dick if it was permanently hard?
I hate dick questions. Stop talking about genitals.
Okay, I'll answer this really quickly. The normal size that I have now, as long as I can flip it up, because that's just my life now.
Flip it up?
Yeah, in your
Waistband.
I don't.
You never done that?
No, because I don't wear things with.
You never had to hide your boner in class? You're just
No.
that cool.
Yeah.
You just never got a boner in health class.
And
then the bell rings, and you have to stand up, and you're like, what do I do?
No,
Do you have a waistband?
And your
with
friend
a
James
bow?
is like, we got to go.
I have self-control.
That's literally not. That's not it. That's like saying I don't ever pee because I have self-control.
I don't do that either.
He does like a girl. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
You ever seen me pee?
I've never seen your legs.
It's true. That's fucked up. He's like Rayman, but for boners too.
For bodily functions.
It's just the head of a penis. There's no shaft.
It's just like
that's what
floating.
Rayman's penis looks like.
That's fucked up.
Let's see. What are the plans for the podcast after Donbus goes back to Oz? I don't know. And it's been something we've been thinking about a lot and talking about, and
feel
we're
like
not sure.
I'm that terminally ill relative. You guys are just like, so assisted suicide.
Yeah,
huh?
it's like the last episode last season was like your living funeral.
Yeah.
It's the
it was
same-
really sad.
Yeah, but
That was a hard episode to do.
we do not know. Why did Summit's earnings from Melee votes go down substantially from last time when the first 5 always earned more than the previous one? I think a lot of people have been like talking about this and thinking about it as well. Obviously, we have too, but I think just burnout.
Ideas get old.
Ideas get old.
Ideas do get
The
old.
last summit, like people just fucking it. The money was crazy.
The money was crazy
And
last year.
I that's just kind of how it went. And I actually think this is like one of the sicker summit lineups like all around.
All my people that I wanted got it.
And in a way, I also think that because there wasn't like this weird
Except Army.
New England like fucking like fudge factory that just shot everything up, is that a lot of people like got to vote for the people they actually wanted rather than being slaves to
It was more of a representation of the people.
Yeah, and I think that's so cool because that's what like it really should be.
Yeah.
Even though we've opened the system to be exploited by money because that's America. You know what
Imagine
I mean?
if that's how
Yeah.
elections worked.
Yeah,
Well,
we were talking about
We're
that.
talking about it like, well, negative voting sounds like a great idea for Summit, even though it'll never happen.
Yeah.
And then we're like, what if there was negative voting for elections?
No, I mean, what if your election amount just was like, oh, this guy's a billionaire, so he gets 10 votes because he's obviously a more worthy member of
That'd
society.
be insane.
Like New England can just like spirit bomb a president in.
They're really on that don't tread on me shit. Wait, what's the live free or die? That's
Yeah,
New England,
yeah.
right?
Is that New England?
I think so.
That's
Ludwig in the chat, go ahead.
He
That's
says
l-
he says live free or die all the time. So
That's. You know what's funny is that's actually I think the Portuguese like mantra from the Azores too.
What is it?
It's like rather die free than live in subjugation.
Yeah, that's chill.
Yeah.
But you know, it
the
gets
slogan doesn't work as well.
Yeah. Well, it's fucking in Portuguese and I can't speak it. Or Puerto Rican, whatever the fuck the meme
Puerto
is.
Rican.
Do you still know how to do it to him? It expired, and because I didn't renew it in time, I would have had to pay $100 to renew it.
You owned. You know I had to do it to him.com.
Yeah,
No, you didn't.
I've said this before.
I've never heard
on the podcast.
I've never heard this once in my life.
I owned it. I owned the domain, and I lost it. So, good. GG, lucky Luciano. I tweeted at him. I was like, I own the domain. Let's talk.
Remember when we were talking about buying
I need
the
to check the
domain
tapes on
Dog
that. I don't
Ropes?
believe that.
Of Dog Ropes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all in on Dog Ropes IP.
Dog Ropes
I
was-
think Dog Ropes, if one of us was like even a semi-famous rapper, we could have really kicked off Dog Ropes.
Dog Ropes. Yeah, so someone else is going to snatch it up probably. We're not going to bump the court up to $10.
Whoa.
This is Sloppy Poppy. I'm sure today they realized the court is too valuable and bump it up to the $10.
I thought it was
tier.
too valuable.
He
You
I
originally
was
did.
originally-
You're right.
Mike's in the chat said, if no one has said it yet, Miles looked like Gus from Recess.
Already been said.
No, we said Roger Clout's very different.
No, I got called the bully from... Oh, is that
Doug.
different? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Doug's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good one, Gunthers.
These are all the same character pretty much.
Remember the episode where Roger gets bullied?
No.
It's
By
called
who?
Thunder Studios.
Who did he get bullied by?
I don't remember the guy's name, but he was like, "You want a Hertz donut?" And Roger was like, "Sure." And then he just
I think I
fucking-
do
he, like,
remember that.
sucked him.
It was
He
like a new kid.
Yeah.
And he
was
like
the
just
new
bullied
bully.
Roger.
Yeah.
And Roger was like, oh,
Yeah.
this sucks. And then Doug comes around. He's like, what are you looking at, funny?
Penny man.
Patty mayonnaise. What do you think about theme summits? I thought the anime theme worked well, but superhero seems to be noticeably weaker considering the audience. I think it is weaker as well. The reason I presume we do themes, obviously this is my first Smash Summit, I'm like actually working, is because it does make it feel different every time.
It's a reskin. Why not?
It's a reskin, and I agree that this one doesn't pop off as hard as the anime, but to be fair, like, anime and Melee players is this crossover that is just absolutely broken. And so, we're just...
I feel like superheroes fits better with FGC. I feel like FGC guys love comics and we love anime. I don't personally love anime.
I think that's a good way to look at it, and I don't think FGC players shy away from anime, but they're less likely to be on the plug talking about it
I
day
feel
in,
like,
day out.
Yeah, the same guy who's like been playing Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2 has also been reading Spider-Man since that time.
Yeah, and maybe also watching anime, but yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, Marvel has literal superheroes, and
Yeah,
The game.
that's probably why.
Melee
A little.
is full of weebs.
Anime FGC is a good point, like anime fighters, so that's, I guess, a
Yeah.
different subgenre.
Yeah, FGC are just on all of it. They're
See-
just doing coke, heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're just big wrong about it, but it feels like a more apt comparison. So,
What are League players like?
I don't know.
They're robots.
They're like not people anymore.
Yeah.
Because they've been elevated so high.
Well, they've had their soul sucked out by Riot.
I don't think they have the soul sucked out.
They're not allowed to speak.
Does the NFL suck the soul out of NFL players?
No, because you're still.
Because
allowed
they
to
hit
do-
Cheesecake Factory afterwards and they get fucking turned up. You think League players aren't getting turned up?
Yeah, I think they go back to their gaming house.
They go
and-
back to Cheesecake.
They don't go. They don't go to Cheesecake
they do,
Factory
dude.
after. No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
How many league players have you seen in Cheesecake Factory?
I don't go to, I just don't like cheesecake.
Well, there's other stuff at.
Well, that's why
Cheesecake
you're not cut
Factory.
out for success, for one.
Yeah.
For two, did you know Cheesecake,
Maybe
like...
if success is being 250 pounds, dog.
No, dude, that's like where like NBA players go after games to hang out. It's like it was like this perfect market that they ended up sliding into because it's a big place and they serve decently good food and you can kind of just hang around with your boys.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Why do you think Drake is on it talking about
Don't they
it?
just go to B-dubs?
No.
No, it's too low brow.
That's poverty.
Cheesecake's a little bit more upscale, but
Really?
you can
Okay,
still
I
goon
didn't-
there.
I didn't know that.
Mm.
So you can. It's the best place you can while at.
You can wild, yeah, exactly, and yeah. So that's the reason that you gotta fight Matt Cheesecake.
I see.
Cheesecake is too hard for League players. Sup, nice. I don't have an interesting or otherwise dumb question this week. I just wanted to say you're still a waste man zealot for eating cold soup out of a can.
And what is it like? Cold? Not even cold oatmeal.
I eat
just-
raw oatmeal.
That's just dry.
No, with I'll throw almond milk in it, but I won't cook it.
Oh, that's fine.
No.
It's just like cereal.
It's
Yeah,
not.
it's like cereal.
It's not like
Thank
cereal.
you for once.
It's they feed that to horses.
In
Are
my
you a
country,
horse?
we
Horses
call
are
that-
really strong.
That's just muesli. Put a couple sultanas in there. Put a little bananas in there. That's fine. That's food.
Bananas.
That's not food. That's gruel. That's the definition of gruel. With fruit.
It's what you were eating earlier.
No, I had granola.
You had that.
Granola. It was an acai bowl with fruit, granola, and other.
That's
and
literally the
agave.
same.
It's not the same. You're saying oatmeal and granola are the same thing?
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know what ZAD
What?
means.
Isn't
or
granola
Zad.
just roasted oatmeal?
Yeah, but it's roasted and crunchy, and there's texture. It's not just like
There's texture to oatmeal.
mush.
So it's roasted, that's the difference.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Isn't-
crunch.
Ludwig says, isn't that considered pig food?
Yeah. Schlop, that's what they call it.
Ground Rumbler, has Miles lost a bunch of weight? How did he do it?
No, I just look skinnier because I have less hair.
Yeah, it's a trick of the
Actually,
light.
I have been eating a little less just because I was purposely bulking.
Isn't that like not the strat?
I'm finding out that it might not have been.
I never got that.
It is if you want to be heavier.
Yes.
Right.
And when I was lifting consistently, my lifts did really well. But now that I'm not training so
I see.
much, if I continued the bulk,
So you were working out while bulking.
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
I see. I thought you were just like eating a bunch. I'm like, I'm just getting ready, bro.
No, I was training. I was
I'm
training
ready
4
to
days
hit-
a week. But it like now that I probably only train like 3 days a week or whatever, eating that much food is just asking to get fat.
Can we go to the gym and you just wear that chain
I'm worried.
while you work out?
I'm worried about what's gonna happen. Man. Also, wearing this shirt would be really uncomfortable.
You don't have to wear this shirt. I'm just talking about the chain, dude. Chain, tank top.
Tank top. Chain and tank top
You,
combo is a
your
classic.
wasted youth tank and the chain.
Yeah,
That's-
if you really want me
I'm
to
just
do
saying,
it, I'll
like,
do it.
that'd be so funny. Oh shit! Mike's trying to start a fight with you, Dawson. Acai bowls are just yuppie yogurt. Run and tell that.
They're not even the same thing.
Yeah.
They're like fundamentally different ingredients.
Yellow Wolf can do a tray flip.
Skate video's coming.
Favorite works of literature? I would want to answer this, but it's kind of boring. So hit me in the DMs.
Top 3. What are my top 3 all-time emo and post-hardcore albums?
Go for it.
Unwound, Leaves Turn Inside You. Cam Jazz, everything.
Oh,
The whole
no.
Drive Like Jehu, Yank Crime.
I don't know any of these.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look all these
Is
up.
Yank Crime like what Louis C.K. did?
That is the worst.
Hey,
Don't eat that.
got him. Bow, bow, bow.
Let's see. Have any of you guys played Battle Right? We were on a Battle Right tip for a little
Yeah,
bit.
it just didn't last.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
If there was like a shitload of people more playing, I'd probably play it a lot, I
I
think.
don't know why the game. It's a good game.
Yeah, I don't know why it just kind of died out.
You
Maybe it's because people like us who are like, oh, I wish people played more, and then
No,
they
you-
don't play.
it
I,
lost-
I was like playing last night just by myself on a call with Gunthers, and I was just hating my life.
That's what you guys were doing that night?
Yeah, we're just kind of
You're just chilling in the...
shit. We're talking about how we aren't gamers anymore. We just don't like games.
Gamers are...
Gamers
the first
die.
time I met Mike, I was like, it's weird how when you play like Melee, you just don't play other shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you really do though. Our entire house rarely plays
Yeah.
Melee.
Yeah, but that's like... I think we're past that phase
We're
of our lives.
post only Melee.
Yeah, but like there's a period where it's just like it's the game you play, you know, and it's the only one that kind of makes your brain feel that good stuff.
I do listen to Blue Friend. Very good band.
I don't know who Max Sterner is.
You want in on this?
Yeah, you guys are just both on your phones, man. It's hard
Well,
for me
pull
to
out
keep
your
up.
phone. Oh.
It's dead, dog.
Your phone's always dead.
But you know
Why
what?
charge your
You
phone
know what?
ever?
My mum messaged me. She says, "Hey, loving these new podcast episodes. They're great, but Slime and Dawson always on their phones at the end. I feel like it breaks the flow."
Well,
Th-
we have to
this
read
is
the
the point.
questions. How do we read
It's-
the questions?
This is
You
not
know
the
what we
point.
one
need
of
to
you
do?
reads the
No.
questions.
Yeah, you
And
can't
I
read
talk to the
questions.
other guy.
This is bullshit. This is my job.
Don't turn this. It isn't your
It's
job.
bullshit,
It's
and
not your
you're
job.
wasting data by having the video play
I have
like
unlimited.
an idiot.
I have
played the
unlimited
chat.
Data. I have unlimited data. Remember?
We need to have a monitor that shows the chat, and we turn it on when it's time for chat.
But then where does it sit?
Like
It
right
needs
here.
to be like here.
Yeah, it's like right up here. I think we'll do that next time.
I think you
So
need
we're not
to
on our
shut your
phones.
mouth.
Yeah,
'Cause I think
that's
your
a better
mom
idea. My
brings a
mom was
really good
right.
point,
And
yeah.
she said, "Hey, it's all great stuff up until right now."
I think you're walking back because I proved you wrong with
What
the
am I
video
walking
thing.
back?
Because I have unlimited data, and you know I do.
I'm just saying it's wasteful.
What am I wasting if I have unlimited of it?
AT&T.
Hey, I'm with screwing the system a little on some bandwidth.
Yeah. You think they need all the bandwidth? Bandwidth is for the people.
Bandwidth costing something is a myth.
Yeah, dude.
Off that 4G. Talk sweet about Cap and Jazz again. I'm coming with the tool, says Gunther's. Without chat questions, it's just a 1-hour podcast. I mean, we would go for 2 hours. That's what we used to do. How long till MPL overtakes Melee as an esport? That is up to you, dear viewer.
Imminently, I'd say.
Imminently.
The end is near for Melee.
It is more likely to get dev support than
Right,
Melee
yeah.
is.
Because it's
I
like
don't
literally
know.
a party game.
I really don't. Yeah, but the way we party, I don't think is the way that Nintendo might be envisioning.
It's maybe it just has party and the names are like, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, whatever you guys do.
As advertised.
Yeah,
so.
this is...
As is easy says, if you want to roll a blunt every star, get to it. I love that song so
Waluigi
much.
better
dude.
sit his ass down.
You gotta take a hit of the pen every time you hit on a Bowser space.
Land on Bowser, you
Yeah.
gotta take those panties off,
Yeah.
dude.
Mitch, shut the hell up.
Who makes
I'll
a
say
song
it.
like that? Like, what a weird cross section of life.
It is, and it goes really, really hard. Because, like, he's played enough Mario Party.
He knows exactly what he's
There's
talking
a song called
about.
Nintendo King by, what's his name?
Azizi Gibson, I think?
Yeah.
Azizi something.
And it's kind of the anthem of MPL.
It just sums up MPL, yeah.
And if you guys haven't heard it, it's super great.
I'm messaging him right now. I'm trying to get the rights so that
Yeah.
we can use it. I'm wondering what he wants for it.
Can you explain the point behind and creation of the sidecast? Asked by Ludwig. Why is Ludwig... Someone ban Ludwig. Get that ass banned.
Get that ass banned. Banned counter 1.
He actually might be a mod, so I don't think he can get banned.
He's not.
He's absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He's a mod on my channel, though.
I remember I gave up my sword. I felt good about that.
Read my channel?
Yeah.
I don't like the sword. Except in Nimbo chat. Now I like it.
Yeah, because you get to
Because I get to...
abuse power.
Because I get to just swing it like Garen.
Do
I've
you-
been watching Miles play League.
Do you ban people?
No, I don't ban people.
Do you time out?
I banned one person that's just really mean to me, like personally in the chat. And I'm like,
What's he saying?
he said something about like.
You're only 5'9". Stop
Yeah,
acting
he said I
like
was
it.
5'9", and
You said
I'm
you were
like,
5'10", you're like, I'm 5'11" for the last time.
yeah, and I'm like, this is your last chance. And then he said I was 5'9", and then I just yeeted him. No, I don't know. He's just like something about being like, if I was like fucking washed up shithead with like a podcast and 28-year-old male. I'm 27, by the way. You know, it was just like
your
it was just like
your birthday's coming up.
it was like a personal dig that didn't have an edge to it that would make it like funny, and also I also don't know him, so I was like, I have a sword.
Kind of like the Dawson commenter.
Yeah,
Can we talk about that?
I don't think we should give him power.
We shouldn't, no, but
Talking about him gives him power.
it does, yeah. But he needs to get that ass banned.
That I wish we could, but
I think it's just funny how mad he gets.
All I'm
He gets
saying
really
is,
mad
the
at
only
Dawson.
thing I'm gonna say to that guy is fly out here and test it, pal. Hit
I
me on
mean,
the DM if you
right?
want something to say.
like, you know, talk's cheap. Ludwig, sorry, I'll answer that question actually. It's basically we wanted something to offer to patrons. Besides, at the time we weren't even.
There was a
We didn't
lull.
we didn't even know how to bring Miles back at that time. But we were
Yeah.
like, we still have this Patreon. People like are willing to like support us, so we need to give them something instead of just like our word that we're buying gear, which we are.
Or
but
like-
instead, now we're
or like
funding
creating
Miles.
cooking with Chong and so they're-
It's not gonna happen.
Let's do cooking keto food with Chong, and he just makes pasta the entire time.
But it's also
How about I just cook with Chong?
it's
Let me
also
just film
something
it. I
that
teach Chong a vegan recipe.
it's also something
would-
that,
that
we
would be
can
hard.
talk about. Like we're not like pressured to talk about Melee stuff because Melee's in the title of this podcast. So that's pretty much it.
It's a way to make extra content, be funny, and just tell stories that have nothing to do with Melee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dr. Battle took a hot yeet from Westballs in his chat.
Hey, can we talk about gambling on golf games specifically and where that's going?
I don't
don't
time
know.
you out ever, Sup Nice. What do you mean golf games? Like computer
Like-
golf games?
Yeah, obviously golf with your friends is pretty much dried up in terms
Yeah.
of action.
So there are games like there needs to be either a continuous funnel of courses. We're talking about games in which you can play putt-putt on like
On a PC.
on a PC with your friends, and we've been putting a lot of money
and wager that bread.
and wager bread.
I'm up,
Shout out to
I'm up a bit.
Braka.
I came out nice off golf
That
with
was
friends.
fucked up. But the thing is, like, if we quickly realized that you could just go to YouTube and find out how to do the perfect shot
We
right
would
off
never
the bat.
do that.
We would never do that, but like the fact that it's there, it's exploitable.
Even the fact that I remember, like, oh, if you power 3 and go like 2 tiles left on this course, you'll get it just because we've played the courses so
yeah,
much
that's
now.
fucked.
What we need is, more maps. That creates action. That creates guys going, you know what? I don't know nothing about this game, but I think I'm better than you at it.
Yeah, exactly. If anyone has a game like that in which you can just be like, I'm better than Miles at that game, or I'm better than like you can say that about your friends, and you're like, it'd be fun to put money on it. Let us know.
All it needs to do
we're
is be
fiends.
like balanced, relatable, and something we haven't
Just do
played.
coin flips.
Coin flips are hype, but like you can't play a coin flip all night.
You want to bet? Bet.
Bet. I just take 5 heads to the dome, and I'm down $500.
Don't hash
No,
it.
Miles didn't go down that bad, but
It was pretty.
it was pretty bad.
dirty, man. That night, like, that was about 6 months ago now.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah. Dude, I swear Paul never loses coin flips. I haven't seen him lose. I swear I haven't seen him lose.
I think I'm up on him on even, odd,
Timers?
and timers.
He loses timers a bit, yeah, but on the coin, man, I've never beaten him.
I like timers because like when it gets down to like last talk, you could
The sweat.
like yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like
I love
fuck.
I love a star KO timer win.
Yes.
That's so sick.
Everyone, and it ticks over to your second.
Yeah.
Like, on the millisecond. The
Boom.
millisecond says 98, and you're like,
Yeah, you're just like this. Thanks.
I think another good one is when like someone's edge guarding and holding ledge, whether they roll up or like back air them again.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, what's he gonna do?
Or like but what we're talking about is betting on whether or not the match, a melee match, will end on the second on the timer.
on an even second.
On
or
an even
odd.
or an odd second, and it's a 50-50. 0 counts as even. And actually, shout out to Ludwig and Duke Vitro for introducing us to that.
Apparently, Duke Victro pioneered that one.
Yeah. I learned it from Ludwig's video. I used to be a Ludwig Anders Gaming fan.
What video? I have 2 questions. What video is? What video is that you learned that information? And what video did you become not a Ludwig Anders Gaming fan after?
Well, it was the one where he's talking about Ludwig.
Why is his name in the YouTube? Why not call it like cool melee clips or like? Why is it called? Because like Ludwig Anders himself has very little to do with most of the videos. Like it's his ones where it was like Naruto but melee and that kind of stuff.
No.
It wasn't about him.
Because I don't know,
You know what I'm
honestly,
saying? Like,
Ludwig,
it's
if you
a
want to
weird name
field
for the
this, but
channel.
I think it's dumb too and weird. But if you want to field this, Ludwig, obviously no hate.
I'm
He's
not
out-
hating
he's-
him.
we love you very
he's banned
much.
in the chat.
No, don't ban him. Unban Ludwig if he's banned. That's not cool.
You told him to ban him.
I didn't say ban him. I never said that. I said time him out.
We were both
I said get that ass banned.
we were both
but
saying
that's-
ban. No,
You
no,
said
no.
get
Before
that ass
that,
banned.
you straight said ban Ludwig.
Unban Ludwig. I'm sorry. Either way,
You just black out and ban people.
what were we talking about? LudwigAndersGaming.com.
Yeah. Which
Uh,
one? Which was the one where you were like?
The
"Damn."
Duke Vitro one was a video where he's like talking about how I lost $10, I think, or something like that. Or it's one of those videos.
Oh, he was explaining exactly how the mechanics of his
Well,
time event lost?
because apparently they switched off the stream on the projector and the stream, and they didn't know which time it ended on. So it's like Ludwig going through all this math to find out the amount of time that would have happened through a star KO.
Yeah.
And
They like did it frame by frame or something.
yeah, it's Ludwig doing
That's a
it.
really good video. Like
It's pretty funny.
that's a
I think
good
his
idea.
math is fucked, so it makes the video moot. But either way, I thought that was really funny, and I started doing that betting thing. So shout out to Ludwig. The one that took me off the Ludwig train, I think we all know, boys.
I think we all know it.
I think we all know.
The one that really flew the coop.
Well, I think it too. It's
we don't have to
we
say
don't
it.
have to say it. It's
You-
short people don't deserve.
Short-
Randy Newman.
Randy Newman's short people got no reason to live.
Yeah, by the
Imagine
way,
if it was a
not
cover of that though.
No, that would have been fucked up. Not that that's something we believe in or endorse, but Randy Newman apparently has a song called that, and it blew my fucking
Yeah,
mind.
Yeah,
I feel
you-
like height jokes have been a bit of a flavor of the month for us, and I just want everyone to know at home that it's fine.
It's
Whatever
fine.
height you are.
Whatever height you are, you matter, and everything's
You're not on
okay.
the kids' table. We're all at the adults'
Yeah.
table if you're 18 or over.
Yeah.
Except for this guy because he's 5'6".
No, we secretly know.
Yeah, we know.
Being called Tony, the only person that ever called me Tony was my mom, so not really a fan of it. Unless it's my mom, and she's
That's
dead. If we're gonna bring that up,
Got him.
got him. Slime is the king of I never did that. Shut up, Sup Nice. I did just unban Ludwig. I feel so bad.
You actually are the king of I never said that.
Yeah.
And then tapes.
I've never been shown tapes.
Well,
It's always like, well, you kind of said
You
this.
can get seen show tapes of this one right now when we get home and we watch it.
Yeah, I'm conceding to this one.
This is the only time.
This is literally the only time ever in my life.
Someone gets proven wrong. All right, 1 and a million.
God, I'm getting destroyed down the internet.
Hey, you guys ever played Rivals of Aether?
Absolutely not.
I did. I played it at Smash Camp for the first time. I played it in Ludwig blind. We money matched.
Of course, that's a great game. I've
Yeah.
actually done that myself.
It's super fun. And it's just like, it's cool just to learn the game and also play for stakes at the same time. And, I'm just like, I was the rock guy, and I'm just using the rock moves. And he's just like, I can't do anything! And I'm just like, yeah, dude. I'm the rock guy. I'm sick.
Figured it out. I'm the best at this game now. Me and my best friend from back home, she's probably watching, we always find games. We routinely money match at the bar Street Fighter 2 machine. Neither of us really like Street Fighter or are that good at it, but we sweat it for beers all the time.
Yeah, that's hype.
And we'll play like a random game that we find against each other and just be like, I'm probably better than you at this.
There's an arcade bar in downtown LA called the 82, and it's kind of cool. It's a little trendy, but it's a cool
It's
place.
trendy?
Barcades are kind of
Barcades are kind of like they got this smug attitude.
Yeah.
It's not the hugest deal.
It's the same guy who's like, well played, sir, and loves Muse.
Kinda, but like that's.
But he goes outside as well.
Even then, it's like it's cooler than that guy.
I feel like whenever I meet that, yeah, it is.
More
but
like Melonhead.
it's the
fans.
coolest.
Yeah, it's not like Melonhead
It's the
fans.
coolest guy of that group, though.
No,
whenever I
You're
talk
selling
to-
it way short. But
Whenever I talk to the bartender at a place like that, it's like he's level 99.
Actually, I
neckbeard.
think you're right.
You know what I
you're
mean?
right,
It's
yeah.
the guy who's like the coolest neckbeard. Like he's really self-aware. Like he gets jokes. He's like with it, but like he's still got like a 3-piece suit on.
Yeah.
You know, like he's still wearing a vest.
Yeah. I feel you.
And he's still got a moustache.
And he's
still trying to talk to you about Skyrim.
and he's still talking. He's still trying to put you onto Reddit if you haven't heard of it.
Yeah. And if you're like, no, cool, man, he's like, hey, you have a good one. Like, he can leave it there. Like, unlike most, like, he's learned that self-awareness. You know, we know the exact guy that the other one
I
is
can
talking
see him
about.
in my mind. He's
He
smiling.
looks like
and
Total
everything.
Biscuit. Kind of.
I actually don't know what he looks like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But either way, Street Fighter. I went to that barcade and there's a Street Fighter 2 machine, and I just cannot beat Computer Guile. I can't do it. I sunk like $3.
Sonic Boom?
You just don't know how to deal with charge characters.
If anyone, fucking lame ass charge
They
characters,
just
just
hold
hold
back.
back. That's all you do. You playing off of my brain.
I'm glad he...
Low tier gods there also feeding quarters into the Street Fighter
Trying to
2
beat
machine.
Computer Guile,
Yeah.
just bitching that he's holding back.
Trying to demand that the arcade machine be banned.
Get that ass banned.
Okey doke.
What does that mean in fighting games?
What does it mean? Okie doke.
When I think
Well,
of...
Homie Waffle says it too.
But Homie
I think it
Waffles-
means like back throw
No,
shine.
yeah.
Back throw
okay,
shine
that's
is
what
the
it means
okey
in
doke.
Melee.
I think it's
Okay.
just like cheesing.
Okay, okie doked.
How do you cheese in a fighting game?
Like Wake Up Ultra.
Wake up DP.
Wake
Wake
up
up
DP.
DP.
That's more
no
of a-
show
I don't think that's
That's
an
more of
okey
a
doke,
chump
though.
check.
That is no. That's just
That's because you're just
that's
like
a degenerate human being.
no,
who's
because you're
gonna-
just like you're checking if they're gonna block or not.
But when people do it, they're just pressing buttons as opposed to like, no sane person is
There's
gonna
a
wake
mix
up
up there, right?
for
So-
smart people. But like, there's like this internet warrior who's like level 1, hasn't played the game, who's always waking up with buttons.
Yeah.
Soul
As-
Train okie doke is something Low Tier God says a lot, and that's I don't know. We've watched a lot of videos of him.
That's all we know.
So he says it's not a term in FGC. Well,
okay.
so it's like maybe Low Tier God's the only one saying it. I don't
Maybe he's just been
Yeah.
watching Melee videos. He
Yeah.
saw back throw shine. He was like, "Hey,
know. that does look lame.
that's cheap."
Raw Shoryu, is that okie dokie?
You guys are out here 2-phone shoddy.
You
You're gonna hear about that.
That doesn't change it.
in the car ride home on the way to Schmin, he's like, "Don't
Never flip my phone again.
don't flip my phone.
Don't
over."
touch my phone. Don't look at my phone. Don't talk about my phone.
You should talk to me in this time. We have time together.
Yeah.
I have time in the car with you. You're always talking about I don't have enough time.
I just want more time.
I don't know.
I do like our Mondays together though.
That's
like when you
Tuesday.
guys hang out before the podcast.
Yeah.
I always miss out on those.
It's really good.
Because you always.
Always streaming.
No, I thought you said that's really good.
No, I said
That I don't show.
That is really good.
You're just like casually like that's really good.
We're actually talking
No, I
while
said
he was streaming.
I
Like,
said it's really good.
we were talking while he was streaming. I was just
Yes.
maybe we just don't show up.
You just like mid sentence stopped. And you were like,
Well, I if you did say that, I assumed you were joking, but I just wanted to stop for the.
no, that's.
like-
I would never say that. That's fucked up.
But we were saying that before, and we're like, let's just not show up to the podcast.
Yeah, hey,
this is nice. Let's just hang out, play some Zelda.
Yeah.
Fire up the console.
I'm actually so tired too because I was at the show all last night, and then I've been like writing like a fucking monster for this sketch that we're doing, and I'm just like
And not cooking with Chong.
no because I just want it.
I think you telling Chong how to cook a vegan meal and like berating him through the steps would be so much funnier than him talking to the camera doing his own
Actually,
meal.
that's actually a really good idea.
And then
Yeah,
you
sure.
try
Don't
it
be
at the
too
end.
mean to him, but
You can't be too mean to him.
he's
I'm
Chong.
gonna be Gordon Ramsay.
Remember when you called his? Remember when you said his pasta tasted like gasoline, and then when he asked you how it was,
That's
you're
a-
like, "It's great, Chong."
That's
yeah,
a
you
good-
fucked him
it's
on that one. You
great.
fucked him on
That's
that
a good roast, and it was a
It's-
joke
Yeah, no. What was the joke? That it was good?
that it was tasted like gasoline, but it was
Yeah, but you didn't say it to Chong.
yeah.
You told Chong it was great, but you really did think
It-
it was like gasoline.
No,
one. The gasoline
I think it was
a joke.
fine. The gasoline was a joke that you guys believed.
There's a pattern here, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
I'm gonna
aware
throw-
of it.
is
It's
I'm
not
gonna
like
throw
I'm
up a
unaware.
joke?
We believe.
No, it's sometimes I really need to throw up, but I can't.
That's the last bastion of like Dawson fake real humor.
Video Waffle said, "You know the reason why I met Chong was because he offered to cook pasta for me and Eric in order to get us to come over and play Melee with him.
That's so nice.
That's adorable."
Tastes like gasoline, man.
Oh boy. All right. Well, this chat seems pretty dry. I don't know, boys. I guess we send them home. It's about hit 2 hours almost. Man, it's more like an hour and a half. But
We went question time too early. We went to question time too early.
well, I have a headache.
The
There's
real
nothing-
reason comes out.
There's actually literally nothing to talk about
My
in
head
Melee
is
anymore
fucking
because
killing
it's
me.
boring and none of us like the game anymore.
It's
This is
true.
This is just Sidecast 2 Electric Boogaloo now.
Yeah.
Video edition.
Yeah.
Game sucks and it's dying.
Come on.
Move on to DBZ.
Come on.
Don't do
DBFZ.
that. That's silly.
Leffen's
Don't
doing
do
it.
that. Leffen, why are you
He
doing
can't
that?
even bring himself to say Leffen's on one. He can't
Yeah.
even bring himself to do that because he's a worshipper and he's just like
I'm not a worshipper, dude.
"Ah."
He can't
It's
even
a bad
imply that.
decision. It's a bad decision.
I think it's a great decision.
I think if he's that good at
He
it,
is good and he likes to play it, so it's not really a bad decision.
Yeah, he's having
But
fun.
I just want to see him play Melee. So
that's true.
I don't have his best interests at heart. I just want to watch him play Melee.
You have your interest at heart, which
and
is
he's just trying to play his game that he likes and that he can learn at and that he can stream, and a lot of people want to watch him play. But I just want to watch him play the Melee. But he doesn't want to do that, so.
You want to see him make Fox move around?
But it was a good test to see if you could sort of transcend games. Obviously, you can. DBZ, I don't know how much of a future the game itself has.
I think it has quite a future.
You've seen the Infinites, dog? Hopefully they get patched out soon, but
That's
Infinites are what people like.
people
tag
like
fighters
infinites.
like.
Yeah.
Apparently,
MVC2 was built around infinites.
and it's considered like the.
you know the kid looking at the computer? That's me right now. It's just like,
yeah.
Infinites are different in platform
This
fighters than
this
it is in tag
podcast
Yeah.
fighters.
this podcast has just exposed like our very tentative knowledge of the FGC as a whole, and I think like you know what I mean.
Your very tentative knowledge. of
You
the
said
FGC.
okie doking was a term, and that guy said it wasn't.
That guy doesn't know anything.
guy
How about
doesn't
that
even-
guy's an idiot instead of your friend who knows
We're
things?
attacking the
that
chat
guy
now.
probably like.
I thought we were done with that.
he probably goes.
We're
"Well,
I thought we were done with that.
Oh,
you think Dawson's Viper isn't beating this guy?
my day one Viper, my day Z Viper.
Who knows?
He can pick my character for me.
This
dog.
is why people are really mean to you in YouTube comments.
It's really just one person.
It's
And
just why that
because I
guy
just
hate-
hate gyms.
Because you hate gyms, and also like you look
Ironically, he is a gym.
You're a gym.
dumb. Either way, I hope that guy comes around and maybe sees Dawson for the cool friend that we see him as.
Your girls.
Yeah, who watches a show and is just like, hey, these other two guys are chill, but fuck that one guy.
Like,
though.
fuck that guy so much.
I just hate him.
Oh.
And then they continue to watch the show.
I don't shit on people either.
I know.
Like you.
Whoa,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah, I do.
I'm glad that you admitted it. That you didn't try to walk that one. Well, that you did walk that one back.
It took a while to think about.
You're like, you're just going through like the bing, bing, bing in your head. Like, yeah.
I don't shit on anyone who is.
You never put your gun on nobody who wasn't in the game.
I don't put guns on civilians.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
On some like playing GTA, but you're playing with your friends, so you got to hand the
Of
controller
like,
off.
hey,
So you just got to kill as many. He's trying to get the stars, you know.
You know, it starts, you can play something.
Yeah. Because like your friend wants a turn too. You can't do the missions.
Yeah, the
So
missions are fucked.
You just got to like slay pedestrians until the cops come.
Yeah.
let's get 5 stars and see how long we last.
Yeah, the old standby.
I was gonna make a joke because I was at BeachCon and I got recognized, and like I was gonna make the joke like, oh, someone said that they were a fan of the podcast, so I just shit on them.
Shut the fuck
Just
up.
like you would.
You just you just get
I don't
like
do
a tape
that.
recorder out, and it's just Anthony being like, "Shut up, you worthless fan,"
It's never happened.
and then you put it away, and
It's
then
never
walk
happened.
away.
I've never said that. I'm actually pretty tame. That guy I popped off on in chat last couple of podcasts ago still hates me.
Good.
Oh damn, dude.
Yeah, he's still.
Usually they DM you and go sorry, and you go. "It's
no,
all
I
that-
right."
DM'd him and I said sorry.
That guy, but props to that guy for not walking it back.
That's what I'm saying. Mad respect. But yeah, sorry again. Like, I feel
What'd
really
you say
bad
to him?
still. It was the guy who called me like dad.
Oh, that is weird. Yeah, that is fucked up.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That actually happens to me a fair bit on my stream, like a little.
Another thing about internet hate is it's really funny as the Mango and Alex show is going on here, and when it's on, we just turn it on in our office and we just keep working, but we're obviously watching
Yeah.
and kind of keeping an eye on the show and laughing because
Dude,
it's always really funny.
sometimes Mango, like I tuned in after the AZ thing. He's like, "Yep. So long story short, fuck S fat." Like after they watch this great video, he's just like, "Yeah, homie cultures. I'm from Norwalk, so I fuck all you guys." And AZ's just a bunch of weirdos. Like he's just firing off all this stuff. Where it's like if anybody else was saying this, and the chat's just like laughing along, like, "Haha, tell
Yeah.
him, Mango."
I
He's just
honestly,
like drunk and a little bit angry, and I was like, "Damn! Like these vibes from anyone else would be like not chill."
I don't know what it is, man. He's just it's like he's a straight shooter. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I get. I'm the Mango pundit, where I'm just like, look, here's why this is okay. Or it's not like that, but Mango. I mean, he told us he liked it, and then he said, you know, I wouldn't just tell you I liked it. I would tell you if it sucked. And
like what the show?
the doc, and I was like, cool, thanks, man.
But the thing
Appreciate
is,
it.
like when that video ended, his straight segue was like, "S-Fat is a gym and he's lame."
Yeah, I mean,
was S-Fat in that video?
no.
Oh,
It had nothing to do with
that's
S-Fat.
wild.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually missed that part too because we had to prepare
Yeah.
afterwards, and we were also fiending the chat. Either way, what I was gonna say is they were doing the Mango and Alex show, and this one guy subs during the show to BTS because they're reading off subs, and I remember this tag. Or this Twitch tag because I much like anyone who streams or not streams but like is
He's
on
a monster.
is a monster or like has commentated. They always go back and watch the VODs and look at the chat. It's a
Really?
yeah. It's at the top level. Fiending. If you've read Bulba's post, he's a Dota 2 player. He explains that like the first time he and another player just got like. They like won a tournament or something, they would fiend the threads, and that means just go and read about yourself. And it's just something. Either way, I like watching Twitch chat.
I've never watched the rebroadcast of this show. If you're talking about,
You've
me
never
right now in
watched a
chat.
VOD,
Hey, I
which
watched
came
that
to
one
bite
VOD,
us in
dude.
the ass a little bit.
I watched that one VOD.
Either way, what I'm saying is there's a guy constantly in the stream, usually when I show up, and he will say shit like, "I know you're watching this, commentators, on the VOD. Fucking kill yourself. Stop breathing my air. You're worthless." Like, it's on
Yeah,
that, like, I
that
just
guy.
want to get you type of shit. And I remembered that because he kept doing it throughout other tournaments. And I was like, okay, well,
He just followed you.
keep note of that guy. Yeah, and wait, he's probably just watching Melee streams or whatever. But he subs to BTS, and then he gets his name read out, and he and I was just like, no, it's the guy, and I was like, you motherfucker! Like, it's just so interesting. Like,
He just haunted you again, like
He
a
haunted me
schoolyard bully.
again, and I wasn't even on the camera this time.
Yeah.
But this time he was just like,
building.
"Hey, Mango, hey, Alex."
He has the control.
In a way, I guess.
He can make you feel something.
You moved away from your computer screen and you were like,
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah, the guy. He's on another one.
He's done it again.
And it was just, it was insane, and it was kind of like seeing like your old like high school bully, but like out in the world, and he's just like,
hey man.
yeah, but no,
But he's being normal
no,
this
no,
time.
he's not
'Cause
being normal.
he was
Because if
being
I was
nice.
on there, he would have been like, yeah, fuck this guy. I hope he jumps off a goddamn interstate bridge. You know what I mean?
Does he just not like you?
I don't know. It
Who
doesn't.
knows
at
why
this point, it
anyone
doesn't
says
matter.
anything
But it's just really funny
shitty
because
on the
like
internet.
it was like going to Vaughn's and seeing like my high school bully like picking out soup from the aisle and just like reading the nutrition facts, and I'm just like, oh fuck, like what do I do? You know?
You just have flashbacks.
Yeah, and that's what happened at that time. So, yeah, everyone fiends.
Not me.
Not Donnie B though.
I like, you know what I do
fiending.
like? You know what I do like? I like waking up to a Twitter comment and sometimes they DM me and sometimes they just post and say, hey man, you really changed my mind on this, or you really made me feel good about that one.
I
and
really
I'll hit
hate
that.
ice season.
I'll hit that with a retweet and I'll say, thanks guy.
You're so cut out for this. You were the first one when we back in the
I love when people
back
say
on
they
the
like my
stream.
shit.
No, back on the
But I
stream.
never look for
when
it.
we talked about like shilling and like streaming, you were always the first one who was like, "What's wrong with streaming and getting subs?"
There's nothing wrong with it. I won't ask people to sub to my channel, but like it's not at all required. But if you want to do that, then welcome
Yeah,
to the
well,
Paper
well,
Boys.
me and Dawson were always on that tip of like, money is a sin.
Yeah, money is a sin. The
But then you-
Patreon
but-
is the
but then
greatest sin
Ultimately, though,
Yes.
it's like
ever.
you're like, damn, fans don't like me, but you're fiending to read those good comments.
I'm not fiending.
We're not. It's not for the
It's,
good
it's
comments.
just
it's
reading.
for-
You're being spoken about, so you're like, oh, I'll see what
but
that's about.
you don't want the good comments.
I like the bad comments.
I don't want. I just.
You're a twisted
Yeah.
man.
Well, for one, in an evaluatory, that's not a word, sense, where you're reading to see what landed and what didn't.
Yeah.
And if something didn't land, how hard did it brick? Was it lukewarm? That's the
but
sort
what
of.
I'm saying is the overarching theme is you care about what these people think of you.
I care
because
about
of what you're saying.
I care about their reception.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
to say that what they think of me is
That
I think,
implies it's personal, whereas it's just what you're
Yeah.
saying.
it's more of like that's why I like this guy in the chat. I'm not like losing sleep over it. I'm like, oh shit, that guy really hates me. I guess I'll jot that down.
Yeah.
If more people seem to express that sentiment, maybe I'll start to evaluate why.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I like when people I get a lot of DMs from people who are like, hey man, you really changed my opinion, or you really made me think about this, or just thanks for doing what you're doing, or I love the show, I'm glad you're back, or any of that stuff, and that brightens up my day, man.
That's sick.
Like I hit that like.
Yeah.
Smash it even.
You just made MF.
And
Kira will tell you about that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
You already know.
With the hand mics at Power 9.
Power 9.
But yeah,
Who member?
it's just funny how we all differently feel about what others feel about us, I guess.
I like
And
the
how we-
negativity. I like people
Yeah,
saying
that's
like,
kind of.
That's why-
Slimer
that's why
Don
you
be
say a
going.
lot of shit.
what?
That's why you say a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Is Slimer Don be going to Flatiron? Yes.
We both are.
Both
Both
of
are
them.
going. So
Weird that he did ask, or they didn't ask if I'm going.
yeah, because they know.
You've
When have
checked
you
out.
gone to a tournament?
I'm
Dude,
I'm
you've
actually
never
afraid
gone
to
to a
flying.
Dude, afraid of flying.
Oh, that's
afraid
right.
of flying.
It's exposed.
I'm gonna try to go to Shine.
Dude, is
Have you
that
heard
why
John
never wanna
Mulaney's
come to
Xanax
Australia?
bit?
No, well that's part of it. But what?
Have you heard John Mulaney's Xanax bit? He needs Xanax because he's afraid of flying, but he doesn't want to go in and say to the doctor, I'm afraid of flying. I fucked it up. Either way, it's going to be okay. Get on a plane. You think you're going to die for 2 hours, and then you land.
But then I have to think I'm gonna die for another 2 hours, and then it's this vicious cycle where it's like, okay, I took one flight, so now I could take more, and then it's just the hours get greater. 16 hours to Australia,
No.
where I just think I'm gonna
the truth
die.
has come out.
I'm going to Australia. I'm going to be in a plane for a
It's
long
not
time.
just that. There's actually a lot of factors with like work and all that shit. But 16
You're
hours
so
on a plane.
spooked out. It's so cute.
It's not cute. It sucks.
Cute. Your little collar, and you're afraid of dying. And
He's tough. See what happened to that guy? It's about to be you next.
It's you for touching my phone when we get in the car.
it's still flipped over.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Hasn't changed.
going to stay permanently flipped as penance. He has to look at it like this.
Actually, talking about flying gets me nervous.
That's
Really?
crazy.
Yeah, feel my hands. Kind of clammy. Your
Yeah,
hands are
it's-
kind of clammy too, though.
I'm just a clammy
So
jammer
wet
lammy.
fish.
Lamborghini.
Nieper once was watching a set of mine at the SoCal Colosseum or at Elysium. Rip.
Whatever it is.
And I was playing against Adam CS. Shoutouts to Adam CS, and I was Falcon. He was Fox, and it was just we were both like last stock 100% whatever, and it was like we threw the game each like 5 times. So it was like 10 throws on a screen.
Yeah.
And Nieper was watching, and this is to get out of pools, and it's like this stock gets you out of pools. And we're just playing, and he fucks up, and then I fucked up. It's just like literally 10 throws, and I throw one less, and I win. And we bump this, and then Nieper like walks outside, and I'm like, whew, made it into pools, cool. And I find Nieper later on, he's like, I have to go home because that set gave me so much anxiety. Like he was still like, ah.
He says that sometimes. He's like, yeah, now I'm gonna be up because of like I watched a video and it fucked me up.
Yes, and that's what it's like living with anxiety. If no one was kind of keen to it, it really fucking sucks. But yeah,
you just can't get down from that place, right?
Yeah, you have to naturally like just wait it out. Typically, everyone's different.
Once you get there, it's like impossible to go back, right? You just
it's hard, and it's not something you can just be like just force it. It's at least for me, when I used to get pretty bad anxiety. But anyway, that tied into something.
Flying on
planes. Yeah, that's really funny. You're such
It's
a little
not
cutie
funny.
pie. It's not scary at all.
I'm taller than you, so it doesn't matter.
I forgot.
the
But we're
kids'
gonna be at
table.
Flatiron if I'm gonna be commentating. I think.
I'm not. I never get put on.
You trying
You
to
never
put
do
on?
you ask?
I never ask.
You're out here just like, where's mine?
Where's my spot? And just hey, Kyle.
Yeah.
Does I look like a bully now?
Yeah, he's just like Kyle just goes into a quail man fantasy.
Yeah.
You also
Just
look
bullying
like Gus
my way.
Griswold, which is like the flip side of that.
Oh, I hope he's nice and not a bully.
He's not a bully. He's kind of a nerd.
Is Gus?
I'm kind of
Wait, who's Gus in Recess?
He's the guy with the glasses, blonde hair, military dad.
Yes. Yeah. Dude, I used to grind Recess.
Do you remember the movie?
Was it a letdown?
I never watched it.
It was a banger.
Really?
Yes, great movie.
It's
Sup,
like
nice if you're
Rugrats
in the
movies,
chat.
Simpsons movies, bombs.
There's
Yeah.
that quote from Mad Men, like, "Man wasn't meant to fly."
You guys remember when movie games were really big?
What do you
Yeah.
mean? Like movie?
Like Rugrats Go to Paris, the game.
I never played those. You know what game was fucking hard and spooky, and I never beat it? Was Toy Story for the Sega Genesis.
Is that the one where you're Buzz Lightyear? Is that like Toy Story on Nintendo 64?
You're Woody. No, it's Sega Genesis. And
I thought it might be a port.
No. It was.
I know what game you're talking about, though. People
don't-
speedrun it.
I don't know that. Is it sick?
I
Is
don't
it
think
3D?
Oh, with spoon jump and stuff? There's like that clip where you gotta jump onto spoons and
Yeah.
it pushes you up. Yeah.
The one for Genesis was just this platformer, and you were Woody, and it was just like pretty savage.
Was it 2D
I was
or
also
3D?
shit at video games when I was a kid. It was 2D. Except one game, you were in the vending machine where the aliens lived, and you had to find your way out. And it was like 3D, like kind of dungeon quest type of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
But it was time limit, and I could never beat it.
Kind of like Doom.
Kind of like Doom. Yeah.
A lot of games were doing that. Do you guys remember Windows 95 or Windows 98? It would have that like corridor background.
Yeah, where it's just like...
And
Yeah.
I would just sit and watch it and be like, where's it gonna go next?
What's that game?
And it would run into like the start toolbar thing.
Yeah.
What's that game? We've talked about
Chips
it, like,
Challenge.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so sick.
With the shoes where you get the skates on the ice and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
Chips
that.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Wait, the shoes?
There's
You would-
different shoes for
yeah.
different terrains.
And you're pushing blocks into water and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You have to get the skates to go on
That's
ice.
the sickest read I've ever had in my life. Yeah, boys. Okay, tell you what, we're gonna wrap it up.
See these boys at Flatiron?
We're gonna
Hey,
go
you know
Flatiron.
what?
Kiss 'em.
All the merrier for me because I'm going home to play Zelda all night. I've
You're gonna go
decided.
play Zelda.
This is the MST waiting room. as I
Yeah,
said
pretty
earlier.
much. Are you really gonna stream at night? I love night street speedrunners. The one gripe I have about ZFG. By the way, shouted us out on stream. Big fans.
Beautiful.
Did you
Um,
post or did somebody else do that?
I subbed.
Oh, good.
I was
play.
going to talk about just one quick. The
Still not
yips when
sub
you were
to me,
talking about
sub
the
to
yips.
ZFG,
What if
that's
ZFG
cool.
just forgot how to play Zelda?
If ZFG gets the yips, I am personally I will do whatever it takes.
Hiring a doctor.
I will hire a doctor. I will.
Clint kind of has the yips, but it's just that he's not good anymore. Like, he has been trying to play Zelda a few streams recently, and he just gets mad until it's really
I'm
good.
saying
Really?
like ZFG current year just wakes up and can't do it.
He can't Hess.
He doesn't know how to Hess.
Just change back to Nintendo 64.
He fails
controller.
every wrong warp.
I feel like...
He
With-
forgets to store
I
his
feel
jump
like,
slash.
You know what a game... I think Mario 64 would be the game to get the yips on.
I think so too, because
Where Zelda's all memory.
well,
it's
I
like
think
once the frames are
Zelda
burned into your
is
brain-
actually a lot closer to golf than Mario 64.
There's many
the thing with
parts.
Zelda is it's like, okay, you need to know what frame. It's like taking pictures, and you need to take the right pictures. So it's like Goma's eye has to be this open, and only on this frame where Goma looks like this can you backflip through the wall. And then you're taking snapshots, and so you're skipping through the snapshots. And once those are burned into your brain, like for the Shadow boss key door skip, it's like Link goes like this, and then when his arm tucks in, that's the frame you want to roll on.
Oh.
And it's like very difficult to forget all this stuff unless you just stop playing and your memory fades of it. But like if you're grinding every day to wake up and be like, it's all memory.
So it's more about positioning than it is actual execution. Like on a pie chart.
It's not fast execution. There's no fast execution. The movement is the execution, but the tricks are like you could, if you wanted, you could really go through and just buffer twice instead of buffering once.
Huh.
So
Okay.
whereas Mario, it's like much more execution type movement.
So I guess it
and
is
stuff.
more prone to the yips.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, what?
I
Yeah.
think anyone can be good at Zelda. It's much more rote learning. It's the rote learning speedrun.
What was
ZFG.
I mentioned ZFG.
You sub to him and he shot us up.
Yeah, before that, we're going to Flatiron.
Kami.
Kami.
You're doing Kami. He's
Oh,
not.
I thought you meant Kami, who lives there now from SoCal. We'll see him.
Kami lives there?
Yeah,
Snap.
Kami moved to Colorado.
It's kind of an L.
It's an L for us because I miss him.
I think
The
it's an L
Colorado is
all
good.
around.
Colorado is bad. Debate.
Yeah.
Me and Neeper on Team Colorado is good. He thinks Grand Junction is good. I've never been there.
Yeah. Well, it's fucking. I don't know.
Isn't it just like Colorado Springs and everywhere else just sucks?
I don't know. I'm
Denver,
biased.
maybe?
I have my opinion's biased, and you shouldn't listen to me. But some people love where they grew up, and some people resent it, and I'm in the second camp, and that's all there is to it, dog.
Kind of go one of two ways on that one.
Nieper also grew up in Bakersfield, so I don't. He just loves everything.
That's not what?
Like going to like Nieper growing up in Bakersfield and then going to a place like Colorado where it's very mountainy, lots of forest,
Snowy.
snowy. I think his mind is just blown by
He's
like
from the armpit of California.
yeah, as opposed to this desolate
I
wasteland.
guess. Yeah. I don't know, but whatever. God damn it! I mentioned ZFG, and before that I was like gonna say something important, but everything.
Nothing you've ever said.
I said I was going to stream. Is that how we started talking about Zelda?
Night streams.
I
Or
wish
sick
ZFG streamed more at night. There it is. That's all.
Well, now we can wrap.
Woo!
What
it
an
is.
important statement.
Anyway,
I'm
we're gonna
so
go.
mad.
We're gonna go get Schmin and Schmout, and you're going to stream Zelda going back. Zelda going backwards very fast, and
What if she was a girl?
could be. So I'm gonna go turn off the stream. Keep on rocking in the free world.
Doot to the loot doot.
No.
Dude.
Not
Tran.
gonna do
Tran.
it.
Tran.
Does Nardwar just tell people no?
No, I don't think he ever does. Session.
Did you like it? Did you hate it?
Did you
What
like
would
it? Did
rate
you hate it? Are we done? Are we done yet?
I hate this part.
Just please end.